for evening plans. 45 for the low. Saturday, partly sunny, couple of spotty showers. It's windy. 65 for the high on Saturday. That's in the morning, late morning. A slow drop in temperature during the afternoon as the winds turn to the north-northwest. Saturday night, mostly cloudy skies. Couple of snow flurries or wandering snowflakes late night. 35 for the low. Sunday, still a cold one. Sunny skies, only 42 for the high with that widespread hard freeze on tap late Sunday night into Monday morning as we go down to 21 to 26 degrees. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM. KMOX.
Right now it's a blue sky, 69 degrees downtown at the Arch. I'm Michael Calhoun, KMOX News.
The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
Good afternoon, St. Louis. DGS 104.1 FM KMOX. Happy Friday to everybody. It's going to be like 71 degrees today and pretty balmy tomorrow, and then it just goes right in the crapper on Saturday night. Well, depending on the way you look at it, I'm pretty excited about the cold weather. High 42 on Sunday.
It's going to be cozy.
Yeah. Bought myself a couple of tickets to go see Nuremberg on Sunday. So I may invite someone. I may not.
You might invite your ghost friend.
Yeah, I mean, I always buy 2 seats.
That's smart.
Yeah.
And no one can bother you.
In most cases, it's not an issue, though, right? Like most theaters. I mean, if you're going to see like big blockbuster movie on opening night, it can be an issue.
Like
most days, it's like wide
space.
open. Yeah.
I don't like anyone right next to me.
I get you.
So
I get you.
Big day of the DG as Andrew celebrates 15 years
Yeah.
in radio, 15 years in the DGS. Congratulations,
It's
my
his
friend.
quinceanera.
His what?
His quinceanera.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Should have got you a dress.
I thought that was 16.
No, that's 15, I think.
Oh,
You got me.
Yeah.
Why does it sound weird in here?
That's my fault. I have a fan going behind me because it's hot in here still, but I think it's causing horrible noise. So hang on.
Okay. Now we're all just not talking. Yeah, that got it. That's better.
Did that fix it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
It was just like this in the background.
I was thinking, I'm like, okay, this van is way too loud. Let's see if I can get away with it.
Yeah, not so much.
Not so much.
When the fan was in here, it's only bad when it's pointing at a mic.
At a mic.
Yeah. If
Well,
it's
this one
pointing
was
sideways-
pointing directly at this
yeah.
mic. Yeah.
So thoughts about 15 years? Remembrances?
Boy, remembrance. I mean, it just everything and nothing has changed. You know what I mean? Like, it's still the act of like, even though the studios are even in a different place than they used to be. It's like coming in the same day, or it's coming in every day, and then just, you know, wanting to make the show as good as it can be, and wanting to make everybody's life as easy as it can be, and it's you know, it's good. It's a good thing.
Good.
15 years is a long time, but can't imagine my life without it. You know, can't imagine.
It's almost half of your life.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much my entire adult life.
That's so weird.
And it's like I literally I can't think about, like, I don't know what my life would be without this. You know what I mean? Like, 'cause it's just been a staple of my life for, I mean, pretty much the entirety of it.
The whole adult life.
It's good.
You guys, this room is kind of not a. I was going to say it's in radio. It's kind of a freak show because nobody stays in that place, in a single place that long, that consecutively, like everybody in this room but me.
Well, that's another important.
You guys are all like OGs.
That's another important thing to point out, is that I am incredibly blessed with the job security of being able to keep basically the same radio job for 15 years.
Yes.
Yeah, that is very hard to come by.
Yeah.
And I do consider myself extremely lucky and blessed for that as much as anything else.
Rach, when is your 10?
July of 2026.
Woo!
Ooh, man.
But that's just 10 of her being on the show and radio.
I've
It's a
worked here like
couple of
13
years.
or 14 years. I
Mhm.
don't know.
Yeah, we don't consider the before times. Anyone got big plans for the weekend? You know, I'm going to see a movie on Sunday.
I don't have any plans, and I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah, no doubt.
You know what I kind of want to do tomorrow? I think my wife will probably be like, no, because we've been very busy lately and we don't have anything going on this weekend. Kind of want to go see that Gettysburg Address that they talked about on the news. Did you guys hear that, or were you working on stuff in there?
We're always working.
The Gettysburg, the original Gettysburg Address, like handwritten by Lincoln, is on display at the Lincoln Museum in Springfield until like I think it's for this month.
Oh, so you might drive to Springfield?
Maybe
Take the train, dude.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
Wouldn't that be great?
Yeah, it'd only take like 40 minutes on the train or less.
I should go face my fears. Go to Lincoln's tomb again. When I was a little
You could
kid, we
spring
went to
out.
Lincoln's tomb and I crashed out because I was terrified that he was going to reach up and grab me. So,
He's still good.
yeah, thanks. Thank you.
I don't know. That seems neat to me. But then again, the other day we were playing a trivia game and my wife didn't know what the Gettysburg Address was.
Yikes.
So maybe I know. She was like, who did write that? And I was like, it's like the most famous speech of
You
all
should have told her it
time.
was Estelle Getty.
I think it's a really short speech, too.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, it's probably, 1 or 2 pages, I would guess,
Yeah.
based on how it's been described,
Mhm.
like the physical document of it.
Mm-hmm.
As opposed to the spiritual document.
Yes, the digital document.
Well, he didn't get any quarter for 15 years there for very long, did he?
You're not being shown love in these shows if you're not picking on each other.
This
a
was
little bit.
hand typed and printed out by Lincoln himself on the White House printer.
I started the James Garfield Netflix show last night. Pretty good.
Cool.
Yeah, pretty good. Digging it.
That's Taft. I was gonna say he wasn't the real big guy.
No, I think that was Taft.
Okay, and then was Garfield assassinated?
Yes, he was.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what the whole thing is about. It follows his life and the assassin's life that they parallel and get closer to each other. Michael Shannon.
He's good.
Michael Shannon's awesome.
Yeah. Really good.
By the way, it's Gettysburg Address was 272 words,
There you go.
approximately 2 minutes spoken.
Yeah.
2 minutes.
Yeah. So
Wow, I didn't know that.
think about like the copy you have for a 1 minute live spot. It's just twice that.
Mm-hmm. So I know that Elon's not going to get a $1 trillion check, but did you guys see this? That they agreed to his terms, and I think he has to add something like
Yeah.
$4 trillion. In
It's got to be added value to meet all the performance standards.
Value.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't understand. I don't understand how Tesla is even a thing anymore. Like, I would have thought that his reputation would have stained and sullied the Tesla brand so badly. I would think that they would be in the crapper. And here they're talking about being a multi-trillion-dollar business.
This is the question. This is one of the business things that I don't understand. So if somebody does, that'd be great. But like the gap between actual generation of revenue and projected value seem to be not the same in this case.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, like, I feel like there's like, oh, the Tesla's super valuable, but it doesn't generate the revenue that would justify what we're talking about. It seems, I don't know, maybe I understand financial markets. I understand stock markets to a degree, and that a lot of it is speculative, but it feels like a lot of speculation.
I just can't imagine any car company is an $8 trillion company. I guess I really, really don't have my hand on the pulse of business anymore. That just doesn't make any sense to me. I think you'd have to sell, my God, everyone would have to be driving your car.
Mm-hmm.
Even then, that seems crazy.
Yeah, those Teslas, they don't hold up in a lot of places. Tesla's got a really good reputation because they don't do so well in like the cold or ice or anything like that, but they were in California primarily.
Yeah.
Where it never rains and it never gets cold and it never snows or ices. Once it started spreading across the country.
I do think that it's more than the cars, though, because I think they're developing other technology that's being used in other ways, like their navigation systems and things along those lines. So maybe it's just that it's not a car company. We think of it at that
maybe
because the physical manifestation of what we see are cars,
Yeah.
And ugly Cybertrucks. but we see, but it has to be more than that, right? Because when you're hearing these numbers, nobody's going to be talking about that for Ford or GM or whatever, and they're going to sell way more cars.
Two things about the shutdown. One happy, one sad. They're both sad, but one's at least hopeful. The sad one to me is I was reading a document that the U.S. Army, unless I've been fooled, but I don't think I have, the U.S. Army put out to soldiers in Germany saying that under the circumstances, here are the addresses of several German food banks near your barracks. It just seems wrong.
Wait, what?
We're telling our soldiers, if you can't afford to eat, here's where you can go to food banks in Germany that's near your barracks.
I assume that means for like families that are on base and things like that.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure the soldiers themselves can go to the mess hall or whatever, right? I would think.
Yes.
Yeah, this is true. By the way, I just Googled this and pulled it up. It says the headline says U.S. Army removes guidance directing soldiers to food banks during the government shutdown after Euronews reported it. So after it went public, they pulled the guidance.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
listen,
food banks were probably like, hey, what are you guys doing here?
Of all the things that can get lost, obviously feeding people never should be, but especially for people that have chosen to serve in the armed forces. They should want for nothing ever. Period. The end. Nothing ever. Everything they need should be taken care of without question, no hesitation. Period.
On the good side, I think this is in California. Carl's Jr., which is basically Hardee's, is offering people on food assistance $1 meals. They're basically kids' meals, like a kid's burger, fries, and a soda, but it's only $1. I think you just have to show like your EBT card or something. That's really nice, isn't it?
Yep, yeah. Very cool.
Very cool.
How's it that like some places are doing that stuff and then like we have the other dynamic where like, well, here you go, Captain, you and your family can go to a food bank while you're stationed in another country serving your nation.
Yeah.
How disgusting is that?
Yeah. Totally agree. All right, let's take a quick break. Right back. Happy Friday, DGS and KMOX.
Overhead Door Company of St. Louis, the genuine, the original, present 100 years of KMOX.
The St. Louis Rams in Super Bowl 34.
There, when St. Louis found its voice.
During his Super Bowl press conference, Goodell said they would love to have the Rams stay in St. Louis, but there are lease issues.
At issue in this fight is how fancy does the Dome have to get to keep up with the top 25% of stadiums in the NFL?
The team may be on its way back west as soon as February. The Rams understand Kroenke has purchased a large chunk of land near L.A.
Kroenke has to get ready for trial. They'll have to turn over the entire paper trail on the move, and he could face a hostile St. Louis courtroom.
With this windfall of money, everybody should get a little something.
There for every headline, every heartbreak, every heartbeat. KMOX, the voice of St. Louis. Brought to you by the Polar Express at St. Louis Union Station. Get your tickets now at stlpolarexpressride.com.
The Polar Express is back in St. Louis. Book your magical trip before they sell out. Book a weekday trip in November and receive a complimentary ticket to ride the St. Louis Wheel. The Polar Express train is arriving at the St. Louis Union Station on November 14th, and you're invited to hop in. Start a journey towards the North Pole. Meet Santa Claus and his elves, and see STL from 200 feet up, and feel the magic of the Christmas story everybody loves. Book your trip at stlpolarexpressride.com. All aboard the Polar Express.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
To get this special radio offer, go to leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today and get up to 30% off. That's leaffilter.com/deal for up to 30% off. leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
Now that we're getting older, we've been putting more thought into maintaining our health.
We knew the water we drink every day could be filled with contaminants. So
we called Leaf Home Water Solutions.
They came to our home and did a free water test and gave us the analysis right away.
We were shocked at what we saw.
They found heavy metals like iron and copper.
Our own tap water was putting our health at risk, but Leaf Home Water Solutions made it easy to get safer water from every tap and hose. A whole home solution.
They have more than 250 product combinations and designed a system that fits our needs and budget. The installation took less than a day.
With Leaf Home Water Solutions, our water is safer and healthier. When we drink, when we cook, when we shower, even when we garden.
We feel better about our health.
Thanks to Leaf Home Water Solutions.
Schedule your free home water test today at leafhome.com/free and save 15% on all home water treatment systems. That's leafhome.com/free for your free home water test and 15% off. leafhome.com/free.
Hi, this is Randy Carricker. Congratulations to KMOX, 100 years strong as the voice of St. Louis.
Welcome back, guys. DGS on KMOX. So, Wheels, I want to ask you to do something for me. You don't have to.
Okay.
But last night when I was driving home, listening to Rush Hour, you had a great rant about the Blues. And knowing you like I do, I could see your face, and I could see that it was purple. And I know a lot of people heard it on Rush Hour, but probably most DGS who listened at 121 did not. I'd love for you to kind of recap that if you can. And I'll start out by saying this. I am admittedly, I am a Blues fan, but I'm not you got Blues people. You got hockey people.
Yeah.
My son is a hockey guy.
Yeah.
He listens to half a dozen hockey podcasts, loves the Blues, loves hockey. I'm more of a casual fan. But I do know a D move when I see it, being kind of a D move guy.
Yeah.
And what Binnington did with the puck, I don't think he's a monster.
No.
I don't think he's the worst guy in the world. He probably did something out of embarrassment or whatever his motivation was, but it was so misinformed. It was so tone deaf and sort of, it's embarrassing to me. Like, how dare you do that to a guy who's reaching this incredible milestone in NHL history? There shouldn't have been one footnote on that. It should have been 900 goals. How amazing. That's it. Highest score of all time. It shouldn't have been. And also.
Yeah. So there were two parts to the rant. That was one, right? Some of it was also about the having to hear from the coach and from the captain of the team that guys aren't competing hard enough. Sorry, but that's not excusable under any circumstance at the professional level when your own teammate and your coach keep saying we're not playing hard enough. If you can't play hard, go find something else to do. It makes no sense to me, and it's 4 straight years that this core group of top players has done this kind of thing at the beginning of the year, and they're putting themselves behind the 8 ball where they don't have any room for error if you're going to make the playoffs. At some point now, you're going to have to go on some monumental run, or you're going to have to play like 600 hockey for 3 or 4 months. And I'm tired of hearing it. I'm tired of hearing a coach say we don't compete hard enough. We don't get to the front of the net. Why not? Why not? Do you not care? Do you not understand what it takes to do this? And of course, that's on Doug Armstrong because he signed all these guys to long-term deals with no trade clauses. So you can't change the guys that are the problem. The problem aren't the fringe guys. The problem are the star players, the best players, allegedly the star players. So you got that part of it. And then you got the Binnington thing. So, I'm sorry, Blues fans, don't come at me and try to defend Jordan Binnington. Oh, that's just Binnington being Binnington. That's just him being a D. Like, you don't insert yourself into history by being a petty little jerk. I understand that part of his game is getting under the skin of the opponent. I'm fine with that 99% of the time. This is a case where you've got to stay away from that. First of all, you don't get to be the little prankster when you play like crap. because Binnington has sucked this year. He's been awful. Everything measures that. Regular old school numbers, goals against, the advanced metrics based on expectations all show that he's been one of the worst goalies in the league. You don't get to be the cute, pranky guy when you're playing like garbage. You don't get to do it when your team's playing like garbage, and you don't get to do it and disrupt a historic moment and make yourself part of the story. So put yourself as a Blues fan in this and let's say it was Brett Hull breaking a goal, some goals record. Let's say he scored 900 goals and he did it in a Blues uniform and it happened and the other team's goalie did the same thing. You wouldn't be as forgiving. Don't just give me it's Binner being Binner. That's not okay. Sometimes you have to know time and place when you can't be that guy. And you can't be that guy when you suck, when your team's struggling, and when you are not a part of the story. If it's about, some guy giving you trouble in front of the net and you're going to throw the water bottle at him or you're going to pop him in the back of the head, fine. I don't care. Be that guy. But don't be a part of Alex Ovechkin's 900 goal story. That was the top. Matt Pauley pointed this out last night. We were talking about it. That was the top story on ESPN.com. The night of Alex Ovechkin getting his 900th goal. And I don't care if he was pranking him. I don't think he was trying to keep the puck. That's irrelevant. Don't be a jerk. And it's not an excuse to just say, well, that's just how he is. Well, then he's a jerk. And stop doing that. You're a grown-ass man. He's 30 years old. Have some sense about you. History just happened. I get that you're pissed about it. Don't let in the goal. Don't turn over the puck to Alex Ovechkin, which is exactly what he did. And then don't be a smartass about it the next day. So he does that the night of the game. And then the night of the game, because he got pulled for getting ripped, because he gave up 4 goals on 15 shots and got pulled from the game. And then he pulled the 900 goal, hidden puck in the pants thing. And then he was unavailable to talk after the game. So you're a coward after the game because you don't want to face the Washington media that's going to give you a hard time. And you come back the next day and you're a smartass about it. How about just apologize? How about just say, you know what? I screwed that up. I shouldn't have done that. That should have been nothing but Ovechkin's moment. I'm sorry. That's how you come out with that. But then he's like, I promise I was going to return the puck. We don't care. We know. It's not about that. But the problem that to me ties it all together is this is a team that has severe mental issues. If you can't compete and you've got star players who don't understand how to go after a puck in the corner, don't understand how to go to the front of the net, you've got a star goalie who doesn't understand time and place and how to behave himself like a professional. You wonder why they're off to a terrible start. You wonder why they've gotten 3 coaches fired. I mean, you got the guy fired who won the Stanley Cup in St. Louis. That's what this group of core players did. And then they got Bannister fired last year. And they're not going to get this coach fired because he's on a 5-year contract. But I'm sorry, you add it all together, somebody over there has got to clean it up. Ideally, it would be someone like Armstrong or maybe some of the Hall of Famers that are in the building over there, maybe paying a visit downstairs and tell them to pull their heads out of their asses. But it's ridiculous. They will play better. They're better than their record. But this nonsense is not acceptable. Nobody should be making excuses for anybody.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Tell you guys about Michael's Baths. Mike does nothing but baths, hasn't done anything but bathroom remodeling for 30 years. Now he's competing with national companies like Bathfitter and 3-Day Kitchen and Bath. And to be quite honest, the boy from St. Louis is just kicking their asses. He's about 50% less expensive than the aforementioned companies. He has better products. He has better service. He has handpicked 10 of the best crews, trained them to do it his way. Tons of people now, dozens and dozens of people from DGS have reached out and used Mike to do bathrooms. And I've heard from probably half a dozen of them how happy they were with it and how easy it was. So it's just such a great service. If you are a disabled veteran, you can get a bathroom for very little or no money out of your pocket through a VA benefit. Once again, Michael will arrange all of this. 636-775-0800, michaelsbaths.com.
The voice of St. Louis is turning 100.
KMOX Radio in St. Louis.
Join us as we celebrate all the legendary voices.
This is KMOX.
This is KMOX. KMOX.
The voice of St. Louis.
Groundbreaking programming.
A new concept at your service.
And unforgettable moments that define this century.
His name is Charles A. Lindbergh. Ahead,
3,600 miles to Paris.
Through every headline, every heartbreak, every heartbeat, KMOX, the voice of St. Louis.
I dared Archwell Health to keep track of my vitals and my grandkids' names.
I dared Archwell Health to simplify my prescriptions, so Max and I have more time to play. Good boy.
And I dared Archwell Health to be closer than my neighborhood coffee shop.
Our members dared us to do more as a primary care provider for adults age 60 and up. So we made it our mission. Visit archwellhealth.com and become a member today. Archwell Health. We dare to care.
Let's check in with Dave Murray's weather forecast.
The southerly flow is back this afternoon. A little windy, partly sunny skies, and we warm it up well above average, 71 degrees. Clear skies in the 60s this evening, 45 for the low. Saturday, partly sunny skies, a couple of spot showers around as a strong cold front comes through. Does not have a lot of moisture to work with. Windy, winds will be turning to the north-northwest, 65 for the high. That's in the morning, with a slow drop in temperature Saturday afternoon. Saturday night, lots of clouds around, a couple of wandering snowflakes, late night, 35. Sunday is sunny, but boy, it's a cold day, a little breezy. 42, that's it for the high on Sunday. A widespread hard freeze Sunday night into Monday morning, well into the 20s. But by Tuesday, we're back into the 60s. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Let me tell you one of the reasons I think we became the largest injury firm in the world, and it's not even close. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. My wife and I had a plan early on. In our firm, our lawyers only work on certain types of cases. Our products liability and dangerous drug lawyers only work on those cases. Same for car crashes, workers' compensation, medical malpractice, and insurance disputes. Our thinking is for these lawyers to focus on one area of the law and live it and breathe it. Power comes from knowledge. Many lawyers do everything, jack of all trades. Not us. And we don't charge an hourly rate. You only pay us if we win. If you want to hire us, it's easy. Dial Pound Law on your cell phone, pound 529, or visit forthepeople.com on your phone or computer from the comfort of your own home. Let us get to work for you. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com. Injured? Dial Pound Law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
All right, guys, get ready. Coming up December 1st, FanDuel is coming to Missouri. And, of course, FanDuel is America's #1 sports book. And I want you to remember this. New customers in Missouri can get up to $300 in bonus bets when you make your first $5 bet. So you're watching games, whether you're watching football games, basketball games, baseball games, any play can be the play of the game. And with live betting, you can get in on the action even after it's already started. So, you don't have to get in at a certain time, whatever. Just jump in and play along. It's all on an app that's safe, secure, super easy to use. I've had the FanDuel Sportsbook app since it launched. It's been a long time. And I haven't been able to play at home here in Missouri. I've been playing when I travel, right, in Illinois and Michigan, Georgia, whatever. Well, now I can do it at home. It's coming to Missouri on December 1st. So visit FanDuel.com/Missouri to learn more about all of it, to get in on the promo. And that way you'll be all set to bet when FanDuel goes live in Missouri coming up December 1st. That's FanDuel.com/Missouri. Must be 21 or older and present in Missouri. First online real money wager only. $5 first bet deposit required. Offer starts 12/1/2025. Excludes customers who redeem pre-launch sign-up offer. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit fanduel.com/RG.
KMOX, your place for NCAA football play. Saturday, as MSU faces Alabama. Pre-game at 6, kick at 6:30. Hear it here on 104.1 FM KMOX.
Welcome back, guys. DGS 134. Last night I was TikToking, and I saw a couple videos from this guy, this random guy, not from St. Louis, who's traveling through. And, you know, he's a TikTok guy, so he's doing his thing. And he just, St. Louis sucks so bad. It's the worst city I've ever been to, and it's a ghost town. There's nothing but homeless people and drug addicts and blah, 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 blah. And I was very emotional. I was really mad. Like, I wanted to, like, kick his ass or something, you know, just like, how dare you? And, like, I'm just looking out the window, and there are 3 kind of zombified people. Like, I could hit them with a baseball and just trash everywhere. And
okay, but here's where the problem lies to me. It's not like you go to other cities and they don't have unhoused people and they don't have trash.
Right.
So I don't know why St. Louis has this reputation. Like, we're the only ones who ever have to deal with it. Like, no, it's going to be like that in any major city. But for some reason, it just gets dumped on us.
Yeah.
And then the problem becomes worse because everyone listens to that and then they don't want to come downtown. So there's really no quote unquote like regular normal people hanging out down here. And it just snowballs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's 100% true, Rach. Every big city has that dynamic. Every one of them. But those have more actual draws that get people to come down. And I think that's our biggest problem is we don't have enough in downtown St. Louis that's a draw. That is here's a reason to come down. I mean, you have things. Let's be clear. And I'm talking downtown, not just city limits, right? So I'm not talking about Forest Park or to the zoo or whatever. That's not downtown. Downtown, you basically have a couple of sports venues and you have a couple of theaters, and that's it.
Well, also, and you guys will get this, I don't think that it's the number of homeless. There aren't that many homeless.
No.
And I don't think it's the frequency of crime. I've been down here since 1990, and I've never known a single person who like got stuck up or something.
Right.
I think it's the lack of non-homeless people. That's what it is. Like, it's because it's creepy
You're
downtown,
right. No,
especially at night, because there's just no one down here.
Outside of a sporting event,
right?
Or a show at Stiefel or a show at the Fox. But even that doesn't really count as downtown, right? The Fox Theater, that's not downtown.
No, it's
I don't consider it.
Yeah, that's more midtown. That's not the same thing. So you just don't have. You're right. You don't have enough traffic.
And I don't think anyone would go to Soulard or the West End and go, "Oh, St. Louis sucks. This is the worst place I've ever been."
Right.
No,
that's right. It's definitely not. It is a downtown thing, and I think that you guys both nailed it. It's the lack of regular, just like working people. Because how many office buildings are empty or half empty?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, if we didn't have the SLU Law School right across the street, how much traffic would there even be in our little couple of block area?
Excellent point.
I mean, that's probably the bulk of the people that I see that are not working in our building.
Do you get a lot of St. Louis stuff on TikTok?
It goes in spurts.
Yeah, I don't get much.
It's like once I watch something, they're like, "Oh, this guy's from St. Louis." Then I start getting a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, I've had a ton of stuff lately.
Yeah, I get a little bit here and there, but not much.
I don't find it that interesting. Like, I'm here. Like, every now and then I'll be like, "Oh, I should go to this place this person's talking about." But for the most part, that's not why I'm watching TikTok.
Understand.
Yeah, and I do think part of the problem is, you know, again, speaking of downtown, not just the city. What would you come downtown to do if you're not going to a Cards game or a Blues game or going to Stiefel? I mean, like, I'm speaking specifically about what we would call downtown, not just city limits, because there's a lot in the city limits that people do go to.
Yeah.
What is it? Because you're not coming to work down here. That's the point, right? If you had how many 10,000, 20,000 more people that worked in the downtown area, it's a different feel. It's a different look. It's a different vibe.
What do people go anywhere for? I would think restaurants and clubs and things like that. And I'm sure we have them. Like when
Ballpark Village is great.
George Mayhe was on. He'll be on today at 4. He was on last week at 4, and he talked about Restaurant Week downtown.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to be a jerk, but I'm like, who's going to be in that? And he said there are 25 restaurants. Could you name 25 restaurants?
I probably could, but I'm a nerd about that. But yeah, like most people are not going to be.
I mean, we can think of the ones that are around us. because those are the ones we tend to go to.
Yeah, but would any of those lure you from Garden Prairie?
No, I think that's part of the problem that a lot of downtowns have. If you don't have big draws, I have restaurants near where I live that are just as good. I think that, and that's true in every major metropolitan area too. That's true in Chicago. There are great restaurants that are 45 minutes, an hour outside of the city. You don't have to go to the downtown Chicago to eat at a good restaurant, but they have other things to draw you there, and they have people, because people live in a lot of the hot districts, right? They live in the Loop. They live on the north side by Wrigley Field. And again, I know that's not downtown. In Chicago, it'd be more the Loop is kind of the hot area in the downtown, or at least a populated area. But outside of that, and by the way, a lot of people work in downtown too, which is why they go there. You're going there every day to go to work, and that's a big difference for what we have here.
I think that's correct. I think that's the number one issue is people are not working down here anymore. COVID was really the final nail in the coffin there. But the reason to come downtown as opposed to like anywhere else in the city would be those vibes. Like there's people here. Yeah, I might not even have a particular bar in mind, but I'll go down there and I'll find something to do because there's
a lively,
there's a buzz, there's an energy. It's just a fun place to be. That's why it feels like such a bleak situation right now, because it's like we really need people down here to create that vibe, but people don't want to come down unless the vibe already exists.
Yeah.
So like I said before, it just kind of becomes out of control. And I feel like we had our hands around it at one point and then it slipped through our hands. And now it's like, oh man, how are we going to get that back?
I don't hear much either. Like, I know it's become almost a cliche now to be a St. Louisan and talk about how many hundreds of millions of dollars we're spending on. But, and I would, knowing some of the people in city government, I'm sure there are plans, but I don't know them. Do you know them?
I know the thing that pops into my head is this recently announced redevelopment of Tucker Boulevard. Okay, if I live in O'Fallon, Illinois, am I going to go like, I got to go get over to St. Louis and go to...
Right, because they widened the street.
Right, but for the people who do work down here or whatever, if it makes it easier on us, then yeah, like we're more likely to spend more time if it is more pedestrian friendly, if you don't feel like you're going to get hit by a car as you're just trying to cross the street. So I think it's going to take a bunch of little things like that and new pocket parks. Wheels was, or one of you guys was asking, well, what would you do down here? The first thing I thought of is I have driven downtown before specifically to hang out at City Garden. City Garden is amazing. There's great artwork. It's very calm. Used to have a coffee shop there. Wish we would get something like that going again. But it's going to take a bunch of pieces to put the puzzle together. I don't think there's just one thing that we're not thinking of that we haven't done. It's going to take a bunch of stuff. And I feel like there are plenty of things that are being worked on, like the what's it called? Wheels. They're making like a crime. They're deploying police when it comes to like
they're talking about I don't know exactly what the status is. I don't know if it got done or if it's going to get done, but I know the Cardinals have been heavily pushing for like an entertainment district with its
from Union Station all the way down,
right? With its like all the way up to Enterprise Center and all that, and maybe all the way down to like the Arch. Basically, that long stretch would have its own kind of protection district of some kind, where it would be more highly policed, and that'd be great. That would be great, but you still do need more things.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you got baseball and 81 games a year. If you get to the playoffs, then it's another month, another 2 or 3 weeks, but it's not every day and it's not year round. And you got the Blues, but that's still only 41 times. So, and some of those are crossovers, and you got City again, but it's not that many games. It's not like City plays every day. So when you think about the things that would be those draws, it's got to be that and some, and that's what the other cities have. The other cities have all those things. They have sporting events. They have teams.
Well, you wonder, too, and I don't know because I'm not a city planner, but you wonder, too, whether a downtown of a major market city can survive just on visitors without people living here, without people working here.
Yeah.
Because like Rach said, when you go walking around, there's just no one, and you can tell the buildings are empty or near empty.
Yeah. So like it's using a place like New York or Chicago is probably not even a fair thing, right? Because they probably have 3 or 4 areas in each of those, but New York maybe more, that are the equivalent of our downtown. right? I mean, there's so many more places, but that's because there are so many people there. But think about how we would compare to the cities that are roughly the same size. I think about Nashville as an example. I know they have a hook. We've talked about that. What's your hook? They have the country music scene. That's a big thing that we don't have. But they have a lively, what Rachel was talking about, they have a really lively atmosphere. You go downtown, you get down there, or you get to Beale Street in Memphis, and there's stuff going on, and there are reasons to go there, even if you live 40 minutes, 45 minutes outside the city limit. And those cities also have professional sporting events, whether it's AAA baseball, NHL hockey, NBA, whatever. They have all these things. So
my worry,
how do you match that?
My worry isn't so much for downtown St. Louis. Like I've said, I've been down here since 1990. But my worry is sort of a more Steve Ellman kind of worry.
Yeah.
That as downtown goes, so goes the region.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I'm talking about. Like, it's not like I don't give a rat's ass about downtown or businesses downtown or, buildings downtown. I do, but I give much more of a care about the whole region.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been saying for a while now, and I'm not like a legislator or a lawyer or anything like that. I don't know how to implement this, but smarter people would know how to do this. But why doesn't the city offer incentives for businesses to work downtown? Why can't we slash the rent? You've got all these you've got buildings no one's using, and you're getting $0 for it. Charge half the price you're asking for the first year. And then if they want to stay, then they pay the regular price. You know what I'm saying? Like, It feels like there's economic incentives we could give to draw businesses down here.
And what are you losing?
Right.
Yeah. And as I said, our buddy Dave Hines pointed out, the city earnings tax doesn't do any favors. Man, there's so many cities across the country that have that. I mean, Philadelphia, New York, Washington, D.C., Kansas City has the same thing. I don't think that's the deterrent, because I don't know how many, but I can think of, just off the top of my head, at least 10 or 12 big cities that have the same thing.
KMOX welcomes Trans-Siberian Orchestra, The Ghosts of Christmas Eve at Enterprise Center, December 23rd at 3 p.m. Tickets are on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. A portion of the proceeds benefit Seitzman Kids at St. Louis Children's Hospital. Trans-Siberian Orchestra, The Ghosts of Christmas Eve at Enterprise Center, December 23rd at 3 p.m. For more information, KMOX.com/events.
If you're trying to sell your home, there's only one group of agents in town I trust, Mark and Neil Gelman of eXp Realty. My friends Mark and Neil have the best system, options, and strategies to connect you to the best qualified buyers, getting your home sold fast and for top dollar. Check out thegelmanteam.com.
Michael's Flooring Outlet, been with me for 25 years. Simple. The easiest client I've ever had. Talk to Mike a couple times a year. He is just salt of the earth. He's a big rock and roll guy, super into Kiss, really into Ace Frehley. I just love Mike, and you will too. And he makes it so simple. He said, like, Dave, I didn't go into the flooring business to have a complicated life. I went into it because it's simple. They get the same products, Shaw, Coronet, Mohawk, that all the other competitors do, from the same guy in the same truck. And then we mark it up. We just mark it up less. We give you better customer service and better installation. It's just that simple. 3 locations around town. To find the one nearest to you, go to michaelsflooringoutlet.com.
Just hearing the word IRS can make people break out in a cold sweat. No one wants to deal with the IRS, and now you don't have to. The good news is Legal Tax Defense has been successfully negotiating with the IRS for more than 15 years. It doesn't matter how much you owe, whether it's $5,000 or $5 million. You deserve the best in the business on your side, and that is Legal Tax Defense. Even if you're working with someone else and just want a second opinion, there is no cost or obligation to call. They can prevent levies, liens, wage garnishments, even file back tax returns. And the best news about Legal Tax Defense is they won't take your case unless they know they will reduce or eliminate your tax debt. Call Legal Tax Defense right now for a free no-risk consultation. 800-323-8922. 800-323-8922. You have nothing to lose, but everything to gain. 800-323-8922.
If you or anyone you care about is facing a family legal matter, call Cordell & Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. Divorce touches all areas of your life: your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce, you need a partner you can count on.
If you or anyone you care about is facing divorce, contact Cordell & Cordell today. With over 100,000 clients served, we understand the challenges you're facing on a personal level. Call Cordell & Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL. That's 1-855-GET-LEGAL. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements. 600 Kelwood, St. Louis.
Welcome back, guys. DGS 150. Sue Thomas will be here at the top of the hour for Sue at 2. Bernie Miklasz joins us at 2:30. Alvin Reed will be here at 3. George Mahey is in at 4 p.m. So pretty packed show. Did you guys know that we have trouble telling male from female dinosaurs from each other? I didn't know that.
Like you and me, or the paleontologist?
No, the experts. Yeah, no, the experts.
No, I didn't know that.
And now they think they have a way to figure it out. I'm not making this up. I'm not trying to be funny. It's because dinosaurs were so big and heavy that females, they believe, suffered spinal fractures while mating. And so as they look at dinosaurs, if it has a fractured vertebrae, they're like, oh, that was a female.
Jeez.
Right?
Man.
That's brutal.
So they don't see much of a size difference overall.
Yeah,
like lions, the male lions are bigger. Humans, men tend to be average bigger. They don't have that. Or maybe it's just they're all so big that's hard to differentiate.
Mm-hmm.
I did not know that.
The employees at Disney parks aren't allowed to point with one finger because it is seen as a negative gesture by people from other countries. So they always point with 2 fingers.
Like on the same hand or 2 hands?
I don't know.
Probably 2 hands because
this could be.
Yeah, that's just weird.
But you have one big fat finger. Oh, man.
What if you did it like horns? Like go this way.
The latest health hack making the rounds on TikTok is the 3x3 by 12 p.m. The idea is to hit 3 goals before noon, walk 3,000 steps, drink 1/3 of your daily water goal, and eat 30 grams of protein.
By noon? That's a lot of protein.
I mean, you can do that.
If you don't eat breakfast, though.
Yeah, you got to eat breakfast. The little protein shake that I have is 180 calories. That's 30 grams right there. Boom, you're set.
Is it just that I'm not healthy or I'm not a go-getter that I find that so effing annoying?
It falls into the morning people are annoying thing. Not that you're a morning people, but that you act like that's the right way to be.
Yeah.
Like, you got to get it done in the morning. No, I don't. I can do that at 2 p.m. Thank you.
You know what bugs me? Have you ever seen these water bottles where it's like, this is the amount of water you're supposed to drink in a day? But then there's lines on the bottle that's like, keep going, almost there. By 8 a.m., you should have drank this much water. There's something about it that it really, really annoys me. I'm like, just drink the dang water. It doesn't matter if you drink it by 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. as long as you're drinking the water. So I just, for me, I understand where you're coming from because it's the unnecessary scheduling that it's like, this is the way to do it. No, it's not. Stop.
Yeah.
Stop.
I mean, it is sometimes hard to play catch up. So if you don't start doing things like when you wake up, if you don't start by having breakfast or whatever, well, then you're going to be playing catch up all day. That is harder, but don't make it out like this is the way to go. It's like there are plenty of ways to go.
Yeah, it's not exactly virtue signaling, but it's just, again, I think it's just a douche move.
Yeah, I understand.
I'm trying to think if I do anything like that.
I mean, we all probably do.
That's not really your vibe as far as like,
let's go get them.
Right. And I don't look at you as someone who really is positioning yourself as some sort of expert and like telling people the way it needs to be. Like, I just, nah.
Also, calling it a hack is like, it's not really a hack. I think it's an idea. Hey, here's something you could try. It's not a hack. A hack is like a shortcut or a way around something. That's not a hack. You're just telling me a one way to do a thing.
So the GLP-1 shots, the Zepbounds and the Mounjaros and such,
yeah,
they have an effect on your pleasure center. So people are drinking less. They are pursuing all kinds of pleasure, whether perfectly fine or maybe sketchy. But it's just, it somehow satiates your pleasure center so that you not only don't want to overeat, you don't want to drink, and you don't want to do a lot of fun things.
How interesting.
Yeah, isn't that interesting? So it's having that big effect on people in lots of different ways.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just, with all of that, it's like, there's got to be a downside that we don't know about yet, right? It feels very unlikely that
we're all gonna grow donkey ears.
Yeah, it's just this miracle drug that makes you skinny, and I'm not an alcoholic anymore. Like, okay, well, what's the catch?
Well, I will say, even if there is a catch, though, we do know what the downside is when we're too heavy.
True,
that's true,
and we know how many things that impact. So, I mean, if there's maybe some other things we're going to find out, are those things better or worse?
Yeah.
Then I don't like that idea, though. I don't like that idea of like, I'm just not going to have as much fun anymore. Like, I don't know. I'd rather be fat and fun.
Speaking of GLP-1 medications, Dr. Maupin is a medical doctor at BioBalance Health, and she prescribes those for her patients. So if weight loss is a big thing, and if you are a candidate for the testosterone pellets, male or female, they have the effect of keeping you thin. In fact, Caroline, who does my pellets, tells me that when she puts the pellets in the first time on people who are a little bit overweight, she only has to put them in one area, in your kind of back fat, upper butt. But when you come back for your second set within 6 months, most people have lost so much weight, she has to do a couple of places because there's just not enough fat on your back or your butt. Right next door is BioBalance Skin. So if you just want to look as young as you possibly can and feel good about it, especially around the holidays, or if you have like a family reunion coming up or a New Year's party, something like that, just check them out. Really, really cool people, beautiful areas. It's just a total med spa. Go to biobalancehealth.com.
When life happens and you need to sell your St. Louis area home, call trusted realtor Gloria Liu with your home sold guaranteed realty. Gloria is St. Louis's real estate expert with more than 22 years of experience and expertise, helping you sell quickly and for the most money.
Selling your home can be so stressful, especially when life happens, like a sudden job change, a passing of a loved one, or a growing family. Knowing exactly how much your home will sell in today's market is the first step. Then I back it up with an upfront written guarantee. My guarantee is simple and easy to understand. If I can't sell your home at our agreed upon price and time frame, I'll buy it myself.
When life happens, the name to remember is Gloria Liu, your home sold guaranteed realty. I strongly suggest you call her right now at 314-325-6888, 314-325-6888, or visit GloriaHasTheBuyers.com. Gloria and seller must agree on price and possession date.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9834. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9834. That's 800-575-9834. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
This is Todd Krentz with Krentz Financial Group. For over 6 decades, we've helped St. Louis families and businesses plan with purpose and live with confidence. We work closely with professionals in healthcare, from doctors and nurses to medical sales in biotech and pharma. Our team helps you navigate complex financial decisions like retirement plans, disability insurance, consolidating old 401ks, and understanding stock options or RSUs. We make the process clear so you can focus on what you do best. Your goals, our mission. Start today at kfgadvisors.com.
Securities offered through Raymond James Financial Services, Inc. Member FINRA/SIPC. Prince Financial Group is our broker-dealer.
This is Congressman Bob Onder. In September, House Republicans passed a bill to keep the government open by extending funding at current levels. Now Washington liberals are holding the American people hostage. They shut down your government and are demanding Medicaid for illegal aliens and funding for woke projects, which would cost taxpayers $1.5 trillion. Now federal workers are missing paychecks. That's unacceptable. Throughout the shutdown, our offices will remain open to help you, our constituents. Go to onder.house.gov to find the office closest to you.
Paid for by official funds authorized by the House of Representatives.
News, talk, cards. KMOX AM St. Louis. KMOX FM Hazelwood. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
At 2 o'clock, we've got some sun. It's 69 downtown at the Arch.
KMOX is covering breaking news.
A major company with $5 billion in annual revenue is the latest to leave downtown St. Louis. KMOX's Sean Malone joins us live outside of the headquarters in downtown. And what is this company, Sean? We'll get back to that story in just a moment. In national news, the Supreme Court is considering an appeal on gay marriage.
The High Court's been asked to revisit one of its landmark rulings from a decade ago.
In Obergefell, the Supreme Court found that there's a fundamental right to marry, and that the right to marry could not be denied based on wanting to marry a partner of the same sex.
Legal analyst Jessica Levinson says the appeal is from a former Kentucky court clerk who refused to issue a marriage license to a gay couple.
I think it's unlikely that the court will decide to revisit this landmark precedent.
Stacey Lynn, CBS News, Washington.
A rare handwritten copy of the Gettysburg Address penned by Abraham Lincoln himself is currently on public display in Springfield.
The world will little note nor long remember what we say here.
The document is the centerpiece of the Abraham Lincoln Presidential Library Museum's new exhibit, Lincoln, A Life and Legacy That Defined a Nation. The museum is the only place where you can view Lincoln's most famous speech in his own hand. You can see it through December 1st, after which it will be replaced by a signed copy of the Emancipation Proclamation. To mark the speech's 162nd anniversary, admission to the museum will be free on November 19th. Stuart McMillan, KMOX News.
Let's get back to our breaking news. A major headquarters is leaving downtown St. Louis. Let's go live to the streets of downtown. And KMOX's Sean Malone. Who is it, Sean?
And Michael, their name is emblazoned on the top of a building in downtown that overlooks the Arch Grounds, Keener Plaza, City Garden, and the Civil Courts building. Peabody has long been an anchor in downtown St. Louis, but not much longer. The corporation is leaving downtown and the city altogether, opting for a new space in De Pere and becoming yet another major corporation to leave this space in the last couple of years, with KSDK in the process of currently moving out as well. In downtown St. Louis, Sean Malone, KMOX News.
Of course, we have made several phone calls to regional and city leaders to get more information about this, both what led to this, the lead up to this, whether there was an effort to retain Peabody, and of course, what was behind the move to De Pere. We'll bring you the latest as it becomes available on KMOX. That'll be from the KMOX Business Desk, sponsored by Krentz Financial Group, KFGadvisors.com. The Dow from Stiefel up 36 points to 46,948. We've got some road work on 70 going west at Bermuda. That's got the right lane closed. We've got a stalled vehicle 70 east at 6440. That's on the right shoulder. A crash on 70 east at 6440. That's on the right shoulder crash there. Some good news for drivers in the Boone Bridge.
They're going to be shifting the westbound lanes back onto the westbound superstructure starting tomorrow night at 7 p.m. It should be wrapped up by Sunday morning, except the left lane will remain closed for another week while they deal with the median barrier there. And then on Monday the 17th, they're going to be removing the barriers on the eastbound Boone Bridge, and that should be wrapped up during the overnight hours. That work will be completed by Tuesday the 25th. Roger Brand, KMOX News.
The southerly flow is back this afternoon. A little windy, partly sunny skies, and we warm it up well above average, 71 degrees. Clear skies in the 60s this evening, 45 for the low. Saturday, partly sunny skies, a couple of spot showers around as a strong cold front comes through. Does not have a lot of moisture to work with. Windy, winds will be turning to the north-northwest, 65 for the high. That's in the morning, with a slow drop in temperature Saturday afternoon. Saturday night, lots of clouds around, a couple of wandering snowflakes. Late night, 35. Sunday is sunny, but boy, it's a cold day, a little breezy, 42. That's it for the high on Sunday. A widespread hard freeze Sunday night into Monday morning, well into the 20s. But by Tuesday, we're back into the 60s. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM. KMOX.
It is a blue sky, some sun. It's 69 degrees downtown at the Arch. We'll continue to work the breaking news of Peabody Energy headquarters leaving downtown St. Louis. I'm Michael Calhoun, KMOX News.
The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
Welcome back, guys. DGS 1041 FM KMOX. Happy Friday to you. It'll be a really interesting weekend. Sunday's supposed to be a high of 42 degrees. How you feel about that, Sue, too?
I don't like it.
No?
Nope. I just don't, Dave.
You a summer girl?
Yeah, I am.
I'm on Team Sue.
Are you? I like a nice 75 for a high, Kevin.
This is the only thing that's kept us apart.
It really is.
We just couldn't coexist.
It's a major issue, though. You like what? You like the 50s?
This is not
Whatever
71
today.
Like today or like a 60 degree
I'll take
day?
it colder.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if it never got above 60, like maybe a few times a year, I'd be cool.
Like low 60s is kind of cool. 60, 65, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I'm fine with that, but let's not do 40s.
50s is even livable, but like once we get into the 40s, it's starting to get no fun.
I'm not a freak. When it's like 8 degrees, I'm like everyone else. I'm freezing my nuts off.
Yeah.
But I would rather it be 20 degrees than 90 degrees anytime.
Oh, no, thank you.
Yeah, I'm going to go with 90.
No.
Now, 20 is more comparable to me to like 100. Like to me, those are more the extremes. 30s are fine. That's all right. As long as it's not super windy or whatever, 30s are fine. I just like, that's how I feel about 90s. Like I can live with like 90, 92, 93, but once you get to the triple digits, that's like 20 and below on the cold spectrum to me.
My brother lives in Houston, and he says that it gets so hot there for so long in the summer that it makes him angry.
Yeah.
So they go, he's very almost Kevin-like in that aspect.
My niece lives in Dallas. Same thing.
Same thing.
Yeah.
He said, at least in St. Louis, you would get a break every now and then.
Yeah.
He said, here, there's no break. And so they go to Utah in the summer. And he said they can rent ski places for cheaper and just be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a lot better that way.
Yeah. When it was 99 for a week, I was complaining to my niece Dora, and she's like, yeah, shut up. It's like this all summer long.
Yep.
I have some statistics for you on several different items. Let's start out with the non-political ones.
Yes, please.
So this was...
So like, I get enough of that.
I kind of knew this, but I heard the actual numbers last night. It's just amazing to me that 90% of the species of life on Earth that have ever been are gone.
Yep.
90%.
90%.
Mm-hmm.
And we've only discovered maybe 50% of the species here with us today.
Yep. Oh, I totally believe that. Does it say anything about where those are? Like every time they go to the bottom of the ocean, they find more.
And a lot of them are in Festus. So,
okay.
Wow.
So we should spend more time there.
Perhaps.
Yeah. So think about that. 90% are just gone, and we won't even know probably what they were. And then most of the species living today, we have no idea that they even exist. That's just crazy to me.
That is crazy.
And it's also crazy because I'm not a biologist, like why there wouldn't just be one life. Just a bunch of humans or a bunch of pumpkins or, you know what I mean? Like the fact that it's so incredibly diverse is so amazing to me. 75% of us say that we are more stressed out than we have ever been in our lives. A new recent poll.
I'm pretty stressed these days.
What is it, Rach?
Just feeling like the United States is burning down around me, feeling like I'll never own a home, feeling like just a million things. It's just like, okay, well, life is just not at all what I was led to believe it would be as a child and even early adulthood. I just feel, Yeah.
Hopeless.
I've just like given up on many things.
That's totally common to your age and younger. I mean, even a little older, like, 40 on down.
Well, that's my third statistic.
Oh.
People 40 and down, 2/3 say that they have seriously considered, not as a temper tantrum, moving out of the country and living somewhere else. 2/3.
I think it's pretty clear that the environment that exists for that age group now is not what existed when I was that age.
How much of that is self-created just by how they think and are affected by things? In other words, do you have to be that affected by it, or can you just go ahead and live?
I mean, I think the fact that so many people my age are having the same experience, I think it's unwise to just brush over that and be like, oh, they're all down in the dumps right now. Like, I think there are real things happening.
I could make that same argument for anybody that's mad about anything.
Well, exactly.
If you're mad about anything, regardless of whether it's politics or anything, you could make that argument. I don't think it invalidates the reality that it's harder for younger generations to buy a house than it was when I bought a house when I was in my 20s.
Well, I think that's real. I mean
it's
other things.
harder to get a company that promotes you and you get to move up the ranks and make more money and do all that. But
it's more difficult now, you're saying?
Yeah, they don't do it. And then that's why people jump jobs all the time, because they don't have any paths to growth. Companies cover less benefits now than they did when I started in the professional workforce. When I started in my 20s and 30s, our benefits were bigger than what we see on the average now. And a lot of companies, not this one, because we're in a place where we get those things, and in part because of our union, but there are companies that don't give any of those things.
What was great about when I was Rachel's age, and I could be wrong about this, it's my memory, but I felt like had I wanted to go to work at Olin or Shell, I could have done it. And as long as I was a good employee, I could have spent my entire career there and retired.
Getting a pension.
Or if I wanted to do something else, then I could pursue that. But if I just wanted a regular 9-to-5 working guy, lunch pail job, I could get that. I guess that's true these days because I hear so much about kids should go to trade schools and we need plumbers and we need welders and things like that. But I don't know that, having a 30-year-old and a 20-year-old, I don't think they feel that way, especially Phoebe. I think Phoebe, and of course, when you're a junior in college, is one of your most freaked out times ever.
Right.
But I mean, her looking at the job, the way she describes it, like each time she'll kind of, have an interest in something, it's like, oh, no, AI is going to be doing that.
Yeah, I mean, that is a huge thing looming over people my age and younger that older people, it didn't exist. So this like existential crisis that a lot of us are having, which is like, whatever career I'm pursuing, is it going to exist in 5 years?
Even this
is
one.
It worth pouring my time into?
Yeah, sure.
Right.
And then there's also just the general sentiment of like, if you don't already have money, it's going to be hard to get money. The rich people are able to acquire more and more assets, and they are, if they get in trouble with the law or something, they're able to like acquire the best lawyers, and it's really not that big of a deal. But if you're not already in that class, I do not personally see a path to getting into that class, nor do I really want to be in that class necessarily. But it's just the kind of thing where it's like, there is definitely a wealth disparity in this country that I was not, maybe it existed whenever I was 16, but I wasn't aware of it. And as you grow up and you look around at the way things actually work and the way things actually go down, you start to realize like, oh, okay, well, I'm just never gonna be able to reach this goal that I was told as a kid. It's like, it's America. Anyone can be anything. And it's like, okay, yeah, I guess sometimes, but you're going to look around and tell me every single person that isn't making $100,000 a year is only not hitting that goal because like they're too lazy and they're not working hard enough. I don't believe that.
Got a lot of mileage out of my statistics there.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, it's a fascinating thing. I mean, there's definitely a psychology to it, but there's a reality also. I mean, I see the same thing. My kid's 28, and I know the challenges that, that everything is, I know that the joke is, well, stop going to Starbucks and getting avocado toast. That's not the holdup. The holdup is wages are not growing with inflation, and they have not for 25 years. And they used to where wages would match inflation. It used to be kind of along the same line. Well, now inflation has gone way up and the wages have stayed pretty flat over the last 20, 25 years. That's kind of a hard thing for a lot of people to overcome.
Mm-hmm. Well, it wasn't that different, I'm telling you, when I was a kid and I had no money. But eventually you just add more work I'm just saying that it is possible. You don't have to become super wealthy. But somehow, as life goes on and you work, it is possible. And if you have the attitude, screw it, I'm not going to be able to do it, then you will achieve your dream of that. I just think you do have to have some hope and also just know that you aren't necessarily always in control. I think part of this is spiritual, but that's just me thinking. If you think everything is up to you and there is no guiding force or help for you, then that would be upsetting. Just something to think about.
Yeah, I think that being possible and being as common as it used to be are different things. It's possible, but it's not at the same rate of success as it was 20 years ago.
I mean,
there's all kinds of numbers out there. I mean, there's all kinds of studies being done on the gap between wage increases and inflation and the cost of housing and the cost of college. When I went to college, it was 40% of what it cost to go to college now.
Yes,
40%.
But everything is more expensive.
No, I get it, but the
ridiculous.
wages haven't matched it.
Yes.
So that's the problem is your average wage when you get out in your 20s and 30s is not matching the increased costs of all these things over the last 20 years. They're not.
I don't think it's ever been perfect.
No, but it used to be closer and the gap's getting bigger. Well, and that's a problem. When wages don't match inflation or increased cost of living, then there's less available to the people who are not getting those wages.
Every time throughout the history of U.S. No.
What?
Have wages matched whatever?
No. From the New Deal, just a little after that, through World War II, through the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s, it did.
It's terrible. We're all going to die.
It's not what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, no one's saying that.
I'm saying that we might want to have less concentrated wealth at the top and more
Kevin,
for everybody.
Are you going to redistribute?
Am I going to redistribute? No, but I'm going to enforce tax laws. I'm going to stop letting the wealthiest people not pay income tax.
Well, that's part of what you do when you're super rich. You've owned everything.
You screw over the rest of the country.
Well, it's all in different investments. I mean, I'm not super rich.
No.
But it's all in different investments. It's not cash sitting in the bank.
Well, I understand. But what you do is, I mean, I'm tired. I explain this, so I'm sorry. It's for the listeners because I say this all the time. So Elon Musk doesn't take a salary. He doesn't need to take a salary. He just takes equity in companies. He turns around and he goes and gets a 1% loan for $100 million. He lives like a billionaire, but pays no income tax on that money. So he's getting because there are hundreds of billions of dollars a year that are not being paid in income taxes by that class of people.
So
by the billionaire class, there are hundreds of billions of dollars that are not being taxed because they found the way around it.
Okay.
And where's my way around it? Where's my leveling of the playing field where I get that same benefit? And I'm talking about me as the 99% of Americans who don't have billions.
One thing, when you say we have to enforce the tax code, I think what you mean is we have to change the tax code.
Yeah.
Because there are people cheating on their taxes, but what you're describing,
no, it's totally legal.
Yeah,
what I'm saying,
it's not cheating.
Yeah, I mean, well, and you also do have to so as an example, the IRS comes after normal Joe America more than the rich guy because they know we can't hire lawyers to fight it. It costs them too much to go after the wealthiest people when they do cheat on their taxes. So then if they do catch them, they're like, well, here's the deal. Let's do this at 20%. You can pay us 20% because we don't want to pay for the lawyers to fight this for the next 10 years because you've got billions of dollars and you can pay to fight it. Where a guy like me, if I get investigated, I don't have the money to do it. I can't go hire a law firm, the best law firm in town, that's going to get me a better deal or drag it out and make it so the government doesn't want to do it. The IRS, I mean, this is absolutely proven. The IRS goes after the regular working guy way more than wealthy people because it's too much of a fight when they're too wealthy.
What about this? What's it called? The consumer
index of some
yeah,
sort.
the
but
consumer,
I don't know what
the way they're feeling about things, confidence is at its lowest point, I think, that it's been ever or in a very long time right now. And that's sort of the perception is reality, right? That if more people are feeling less secure, then that's a problem.
Yeah.
Whether they have reason for it or it's mass psychosis. But when more people than ever in any country are feeling badly about things, then we need to do something, whatever that is.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think we solved it. Okay. Quick break, DGS. Happy Friday.
You've got your whole life ahead of you, so choose a Medicare plan you can count on. And that's what you get with a Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. With more than 45 years' experience serving its members, United Healthcare has plans with low monthly premiums that fit your life today and as your needs change tomorrow. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th, so go to uhc.com/Medicare today. United Healthcare Medicare plans. It's Medicare coverage Missouri can count on.
The Polar Express is back in St. Louis. Book your magical trip before they sell out. Book a weekday trip in November and receive a complimentary ticket to ride the St. Louis Wheel. The Polar Express train is arriving at the St. Louis Union Station on November 14th, and you're invited to hop in. Start a journey towards the North Pole. Meet Santa Claus and his elves, and see STL from 200 feet up, and feel the magic of the Christmas story everybody loves. Book your trip at stlpolarexpressride.com. All aboard the Polar Express.
Do you have a dark curiosity? Heart Starts Pounding, Horrors, Hauntings, and Mysteries is a weekly podcast hosted by me, Kaylin Moore. Each week, I'll take you on a dark journey through terrifying true urban legends, bizarre true crime cases, chilling tales of backwoods horror, and more. So if you're looking to join a passionate community of the darkly curious, check out Heart Starts Pounding on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts. And remember, stay curious.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. Ever wonder why Big Wireless wants you on an unlimited plan? They probably want you to cover the cost of those 20-somethings using all that data every month. But most people 50 and up like me only use 12 gigs or less. Don't get bamboozled by Big Wireless. Switch to Consumer Cellular. Our plans start at just $20, and we use the same towers as the big guys. Join the millions who choose something better, because if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com/facts or a store near you. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
At Audion Hearing, our mission is simple: to make better hearing affordable for everyone. We're proud to offer high-quality, rechargeable hearing aids starting at just $98. Clear, comfortable, and ready to use right out of the box. And here's a study worth hearing. Research shows that wearing hearing aids can reduce your risk of dementia by up to 61%. Join over 1 million happy customers and hear the difference today by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
Now that we're getting older, we've been putting more thought into maintaining our health.
We knew the water we drink every day could be filled with contaminants. So
we called Leaf Home Water Solutions.
They came to our home and did a free water test and gave us the analysis right away.
We were shocked at what we saw.
They found heavy metals like iron and copper.
Our own tap water was putting our health at risk, but Leaf Home Water Solutions made it easy to get safer water from every tap and hose. A whole home solution.
They have more than 250 product combinations and designed a system that fits our needs and budget. The installation took less than a day.
With Leaf Home Water Solutions, our water is safer and healthier. When we drink, when we cook, when we shower, even when we garden.
We feel better about our health.
Thanks to Leaf Home Water Solutions.
Schedule your free home water test today at leafhome.com/free and save 15% on all home water treatment systems. That's leafhome.com/free for your free home water test and 15% off. leafhome.com/free.
Hi, this is Charlie Brennan. I see clearly now thanks to the doctors, Greg Birdie, Ranjan Malhotra, Robert Brusati, and Andy Royer. You can too. YourEyeDoc.com.
SNL Coin. We buy gold and silver coins, silver and gold jewelry. Also buying gold filled and silver plates. Before you sell, call SNL. 314-544-3600. 314-544-3600. SNL Coin.
Hi, this is Ron Jacober. 100 years. That's how many years KMOX has been the voice of St. Louis. Congratulations to the Mighty Mocs.
Welcome back, guys. DGS on KMOX. Sue Thomas from down the hallway, 97.1, is sitting in with us for Sue at 2. I want to talk about the 6-7 thing, but I don't want to waste it if we don't have enough time. We have enough time?
Oh, yeah. I don't need much time.
Okay, because I know Andrew has something to say, too. So you go ahead.
Okay, let me start. And I know people are going to be like, why are you saying you don't care when you're the one bringing it up? Fair enough. Look, I don't have kids. I don't hear about the 6-7 thing on a daily basis. I genuinely have no idea what it means. I will say this, not for 1 second have I tried to uncover the meaning of 6. I don't care. And then on Halloween, you see all these like parents dressing as like, we're 6-7 this year. And like, we've got to find out the reasoning behind 6-7. When you were a kid, did you ever do something just because it was stupid?
Yes.
And like, just let the kids have their dumb number thing. I don't understand why adults are trying to like co-opt this into their own joke. I find it very strange.
Not only that.
Agreed.
Not only that. Not only did I do, you've all met me, weird things. My parents could not have had less interest in my life. And this isn't because Jack and Francis were monsters. They were just the world's greatest generation.
Yes.
My dad had fought World War II. My mom had raised 3 kids. If I walked around with a banana coming out of my butt, they were like, why? I wonder why he's doing that. They're just like, don't eat the bananas, Jack. Don't eat the bananas.
And they didn't care to be trying to be hip and be part of it. Just
Zero.
let the kids have it.
Zero.
That's the part I think that bothers me is it's like, because I mean, I find myself doing this from time to time. I'm like, oh, if I do this, people will think I'm Gen Z. Like, no, they won't. Like, they look at me, they know I'm 34. Like, just accept the fact that you're in this stage of life and stop trying to be in middle school. I don't understand.
I agree.
Andrew?
6-7.
Oh,
I love it. I think it's fun. I have a lot of fun saying it. It's like a little brain worm. It gets in my head, and I'll just be like walking around here like 6-7.
You've literally never said that to any of us, though.
Well, because it had never
we're not
come up
hip.
before.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to like embarrass myself in front of you guys.
So now that we're into it,
But I have been
for the edification of everyone out there. In what situation would you use it?
Well, like, all right, so I'm playing this new game at the game store on Saturday, right? And there's a lot of math involved, so I'm counting up and I'm going, all right, I got 6 here, I got 7 here, and then I go like 6-7 to my opponent, and they would just like glare at me. I don't think any of them knew what I was doing when I would do it. A lot of them were a little younger, so I thought perhaps I'm connecting to the youth of America.
At its core,
yes.
Does it mean basically little of this, little
It means
of that?
No, it doesn't mean anything.
Nothing. It means
I just like
anything.
saying it.
It can mean good things. It can mean bad things.
It's not to mean
Yeah.
anything. I just like saying it.
Okay.
I just like doing this and saying it in a funny way.
Now that's a new one because when I was a kid, we didn't have something that meant nothing.
It does. It like when I say it, it's just like a brain worm. It's like if I went like oogie woo like this. Like it doesn't mean anything.
I prefer oogie woo.
I'm all about oogie. We're starting a new one, and it's called Oogie Woo.
In fairness,
All the kids are doing oogie woo. What parents need to know about this disturbing new trend.
well, the difference is like when we were doing it as kids, our parents would have never known.
True. Yeah, and
Because
if
they weren't paying attention
No,
to
but
us.
they wouldn't have seen it on TV or social media or anything. You wouldn't have known that it was even a thing.
I could have done oogie woo at the dinner table.
Yeah.
They would have just spanked me.
Wake up informed. Wake up empowered. Wake up to Total Information AM, your morning must.
Hi, this is Debbie Monterey.
I'm
Megan Lynch.
This is Tom Ackerman. From local news to breaking headlines to weather, traffic, and the stories that matter most, we've got you covered before your first sip of coffee. Expert analysis, bright perspectives from the people you trust. Total Information AM. Your day starts here. Mornings beginning at 5 on 104.1 FM. KMOX.
Thinking about a bath remodel or swapping out that old tub for a sleek, easy to clean shower? Hey, it's Trish Gazelle for Michael's Bath with one question. What's there to think about? Michael's beats the competition by 30 to 50%, uses top quality materials, and backs it all with over 30 years experience. And now they'll throw in a free shower door or $500 off. Schedule a free in-home consultation, 636-775-0800 or michaelsbass.com. Michael's Bass, what's there to think about?
Dan owed an unbelievable amount of money to the IRS.
I got behind on my taxes. It's a horrible feeling.
He was in denial.
And when I got those letters from the IRS, you wanted to act like they didn't exist.
Finally, Dan turned to Optima Tax Relief, the leading tax resolution firm. A-plus rated by the Better Business Bureau, they've resolved over $1 billion for their clients.
Optima got me a settlement with the IRS. These people are really people-friendly. It was every bit of a new lease on life for me.
The fast action and the great results made Dan's head spin.
I felt like I was in a dream, but it's real, and I have paperwork to prove it. They got the job done, and life is good.
For tax help you can trust, call Optima now for a free consultation.
If you're worried about what's going to happen with the IRS, stop worrying. Make the call now.
Call 800-348-0269. 800-348-0269. 800-348-0269.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Let's check in with Dave Murray's weather forecast.
The southerly flow is back this afternoon. A little windy, partly sunny skies, and we warm it up well above average, 71 degrees. Clear skies in the 60s this evening, 45 for the low. Saturday, partly sunny skies, a couple of spot showers around as a strong cold front comes through. Does not have a lot of moisture to work with. Windy, winds will be turning to the north-northwest, 65 for the high. That's in the morning, with a slow drop in temperature Saturday afternoon. Saturday night, lots of clouds around, a couple of wandering snowflakes. Late night, 35. Sunday is sunny, but boy, it's a cold day, a little breezy. 42, that's it for the high on Sunday. A widespread hard freeze Sunday night into Monday morning, well into the 20s. But by Tuesday, we're back into the 60s. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
It's easy to feel apprehensive about getting screened for cancer or to just keep putting it off. But Siteman Cancer Center wants to remind you how important it is, especially after the age of 40. And they also want you to know how easy it is to get it done. GetScreenedNow.com has all the information you need on cancers like prostate, breast, colon, lung cancer. You can also find out your risk of disease by answering just a few simple questions. And then you can find one of the hundreds of screening locations in the area. Even if you're a little farther out, there is probably a place near you. You have heard this before, but catching cancer early dramatically increases the odds of a successful treatment, especially with so many cancers showing up earlier in life. So do not be intimidated. Siteman will make the process as simple as possible. GetScreenedNow.com. Do it for your family and friends who count on you. Do it for yourself. Visit GetScreenedNow.com.
Fridays mean football. From the zoo to the NFL, we've got your weekend covered.
On three, ready?
It's Friday football on KMOX.
Our segment with Bernie Miklas is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Dicon comfort dealer.
Welcome back, guys. DGS and KMOX. Happy Friday. We have Sue Thomas with us. Andrew is celebrating his 15th anniversary with the DGS.
Mm-hmm.
Well done, Andrew.
That's awesome.
you.
That's very cool.
You survived 15 years with me.
You missed your chance, Andrew.
What?
6, 7. 7.
And
I forgot.
Oogie woo! Bernie thinks there's a gas leak.
He's like, what's happening over there?
There might be.
Hey, Bern.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey,
you
buddy.
all sound loose, nicely loose.
Yeah.
It's Friday.
It's like an hour into a happy hour over here for some reason.
Oogie woo.
Yeah, last segment we're all fighting about economics. Now we're like, oogie woo.
I am. I'm trying to work myself into that happy hour mood, but I won't be able to do it until after rush hour tonight on KMOX.
I don't know, buddy.
That's all right.
You should just get super wide for that
Yeah,
show.
let's go.
Yeah, just go nuts. Was he on the show last night?
No.
Okay. So Wheeler did a blues rant that I made him do again in the first hour on DGS. Just full of passion and a little bit of venom. And yeah, I mean, he was really, how are you? He was really emotional about it. How are you?
I just don't have much patience for the Blues Act because this happens all the time. You know, and sometimes they get off to these terrible starts and they recover and they have a nice season. Last year was like that, and it happened in 2019. But I'm just tired of the trend where players that should be good players not only aren't good players, but they don't give a good effort. And it happens way too much. And it doesn't really matter who the coach is. I just get tired of that repetitiveness over and over and over again. And the Blues have always had, it's like been kind of weird. They've always had no matter what team we're talking about, it's like the players know how to get a coach fired, and they're not going to get this coach fired. But what is going to happen, and there's some rumblings about this already, you know, Doug Armstrong, according to, you know, some of the insiders on the NHL front, Doug Armstrong's letting it be known, hey, we're open for business here in St. Louis if you want to talk about anything.
So, Bern, is it, in your estimation, the individual human beings we have on the team? Is it a generation of players thing? Because it's been going on, it seems, for a few years now.
No, I think it's I just think it's an underachieving thing because they have enough talent to be better. I'm not saying they have enough talent to make the Stanley Cup final.
Right.
I mean, I'm not overrating them, but there's just no excuse for this dog ass play, you know?
Yep.
There's just no excuse for it. And what I don't under here, let me give my own rant and I'll be brief.
Yeah. And take your time.
Here's what really ticks me off about the Blues and these patterns that always materialize. You look at Tom Stillman and his partners, right? They own the team. A total commitment. Everything the Blues need, total commitment to winning. Doug Armstrong, total commitment to building the best roster he can, total commitment to being aggressive for his team, total commitment to the players for getting these players paid, giving these guys like big new contracts and all that. So you got the ownership group totally committed. You got the general manager totally committed. You got the general manager rewarding the players financially. You've got a coach who's got one of the best regular season winning percentage, Jim Montgomery, in the history of the National Hockey League. Okay, we know that Montgomery is committed. Is there a point in time where the players will actually be committed as the people they work for and the people that coach them? What about their commitment? Everyone else is all in. What are they doing?
That's basically what I'm saying. I mean, I did it a little bit more heated, but it's the exact same thought.
How many times you want me to cuss?
I almost did last night. I actually had to pause for a second because I almost did, because it's there's nothing that frustrates me more in sports than lack of effort, because that's the bare minimum that anybody can provide.
That's right. Yep.
And I don't, it's not, as Dave asked, it's not generational, because there are plenty of guys the same age as Buchnevich and Kyrou and Thomas and all these guys that are underachieving in the NHL, perfectly achieving and doing their jobs and grinding it out and doing what's expected of them. I do think that the players are the ones to blame for what they're doing. At the same time, while Doug Armstrong should get credit for the Stanley Cup, he deserves that. He earned that. He also earned this team by giving out a bunch of no-trade clauses, where that was the catch. We can't give a no-trade clause to Alex Pietrangelo, the captain of the team, who you know what to expect from, but we can give them to all these other guys, and now you can't move them. Not without their permission.
That's fair. But he's also assembled a roster that should be a lot better than it is.
And he's made some really like the moves on Broberg and Holloway. Man, those were game changers, because without that, last year's a total disaster.
And the other thing is this, and I'm going to move it away from lack of effort, which is an obvious issue, but I'm going to move it away. When you have goaltending that is this atrocious, and I know that Joel Hofer had a shutout last night. Good for him, and I'm not being sarcastic. It was good to see. The goaltending is awful. It's just flat out awful.
Mm-hmm.
And you are not going to win with goaltending this bad. And both of these guys have been hideous. And the frustrating thing about that is that the Blues are, for all of our complaints about the lack of effort, they have a pretty significant advantage in terms of high danger scoring chances, in terms of shots on the net. They're out shooting teams more than people realize. And yet, for all of their advantage in getting shot volume and shot quality, they give up more goals than they should, and they don't score as much as they should. So that's what frustrates me. There's actually some good things happening, but those good things happen, like, how do I put it? They happen in every spot on the ice except for in front of the net. The Blues scorers can't score. They can't finish. The Blues goaltenders are horrible against high danger chances.
Vern, as a lifelong sports guy, what did you think of Bennington's hide the puck thing with Ovechkin?
I thought it was typical. Bennington, listen, he's comical. He's eccentric. He likes to do things that draw attention. He also uses something like that as a way to just kind of deal with his frustration, like spontaneous action because he's ticked off about something. So I thought it kind of fit into that pattern. I thought it was embarrassing because, listen, and I'm not a ground. In fact, I like Bennington a lot because I think he is a lot. He does provide entertainment. He is colorful. And hockey players are colorful by nature. So there's nothing wrong with it. But when you have a guy, when you are literally and factually the worst goaltender in the NHL this season in terms of save percentage, or he's 31st, 32, and you have an epic moment, Ovechkin scoring his 900th goal. Who are you to play games with, like, I'm going to play hide and seek with the puck? Who are you to step on that moment and draw attention to yourself? I thought that was really bad form. I thought it was terrible form. And I thought it was unprofessional.
Vern, talk to me about Mizzou this weekend.
I'm writing something about this, and I think, famous last words, I think this game's going to be really close. I think the game's going to be really close. And I don't have enough time to tell you why. But if it means anything, there's a couple of projection models that I really trust. And one projection model has Texas A&M winning by a point, and the other one has Texas A&M winning by 3 points. And Texas A&M has had a weird season. They're great. Don't get me wrong. They're great. They're 8-0. But they only 2 of their wins have come against teams that right now have a winning record. 4 of their wins have come against teams that have fired their coaches. They got carried into the fourth quarter in a close game by Arkansas, same Auburn, and Mississippi State late in the third quarter was only down by, I think, 4 points. So there's a little bit of underlying vulnerability there. And I think that's why Mizzou can keep it close, even with the true freshman quarterback. See, I'm in a different boat than most people are. I don't think that Bo Prabula was very good. They didn't have a drop-back passing game. They just didn't. And I said that while he was still the quarterback. I said, look, I love the guy's spirit. I love his enthusiasm. They do not throw the ball down the field successfully enough. He doesn't have the arm for it. So I'm going against the grain here because people say, oh, well, they don't have Prabula. Well, okay, they have a kid that was the number 6 quarterback recruit in the country who's got a rocket arm and can spin the ball and gives them a downfield passing element that they didn't have before. So I look at it a little differently.
So fairly quickly, Burley wins the Silver Slugger, correct, for utility man. Other than being very happy for Burley, does that do anything for his position with the team next year?
Well, I did a video today. Sorry for the self-promotion. It's at STL Sports Central. It's fairly short. I just said, is he underrated? And then I said, you know what? I have been underrating him because when you're looking at, you're looking at, first of all, he had a career best. His power continues to grow. His defense gets better. He was 40% against left-handed pitching in the second half of last season, and be 27 next year. People like me look to pick nits with him. And I think that that's stupid. And at least I can raise my hand and say, I've been kind of stupid about this. He's a really good player. And in his area of weakness, he continues to get better. And he's one of the best contact hitters in the major leagues. So I think this Silver Slugger kind of caused someone like me to take a lot closer look at his career trajectory. And I think it's really positive.
Yeah, great answer. Bern, tell us about Saliga before we let you go for the weekend.
Yes, sir. Saliga Heating and Cooling is a Daikin comfort dealer. They've been taking care of St. Louisans, the same Saliga family, continuously since 1927. And that includes the Mickleses. 17 years we've been calling them. And we relied on their great track record because their great track record has now become a track record for us. We know they set the standard for honesty and knowledge and professionalism, prompt service. They come into your home. They're going to be classy. We love the fact that not only are they very knowledgeable, as you would imagine, for being around as long as they are, but they always look for low-cost solutions first. They never come in the house and try to hustle us. Well, you need this. I'm sorry, but it's going to cost that. They're not trying to like upsell or talk us into something that's expensive when we don't need it. That's hard to find, man. That's just too hard to find. So when you have someone like Saliga Heating and Cooling that just has got the gold standard for integrity, wow. I mean, I'm good. I'm good calling Saliga Heating and Cooling every time. So I recommend them to you, and take a look at the Priority Club. It's a maintenance plan. It will also save you money extending the life of your current equipment. So for more information, including the phone number, just check out SaligaHeatingandCooling.com. Thank you.
Red Kingdom is back at FanDuel Sports Network Live in Ballpark Village. See every game on the largest screen in town. Don't forget about the $25 buckets, $5 cocktails, and the best tailgate food around. Grab your friends along with King MOX and huddle up for the games at the best watch party in town. If you can't make it, but don't want to miss it down, listen to the Chiefs on King MOX or King MOX on the Odyssey app. For more info, kingmox.com/events. If you owe the IRS, you have a legal issue, and you need the Lance Drury Law Firm. We'll protect your rights. Log on at lancedrurylaw.com.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio.
Nobody had to tell your grandparents not to drive while using their typewriters. Why should it be any different for us kids and our cell phones? Distracted driving was the cause of more than 3,000 deaths in 2022. Come on, we're smarter than this. Let's put down the phones and focus on the roads. Drive safe, everybody.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Sorry, guys, I forgot to do a live endorsement there. Tell you guys about John Moriarty at E3 Wealth. E3 stands for Educate, Empower, and Enlighten. John founded E3 back in 2003 with a simple mission to proactively challenge the status quo as to how Americans are educated about money and finance-related decisions. As I've been saying, if you're just an individual and you're interested in a financial planner, reach out to John by all means. If he can help you, he will. If it's not a good fit, he will refer you to someone who he trusts, because what his true passion is helping business owners and entrepreneurs. And what his true passion is, if you really want to drill down, is taking business owners and entrepreneurs who have not had the best financial advice, have not had a partner who really understood their nature and the nature of their business. Like maybe they're working with a regular old annuities kind of, 401k, whole life kind of financial planner, when what you need is someone who understands business and entrepreneurship. That's exactly what John does. His new book, The Entrepreneur Playbook, is out now. You can find it and talk to John by going to e3wealth.com. Welcome back, guys. DGS and KMOX. I'm looking at the picture Andrew sent. Is this from 15 years ago?
It is from 15 years ago.
Oh, my gosh. You're a
baby.
Yeah.
A tiny baby who can't
There's
wipe
a-
his own butt. That's what you are.
There's a couple things about
Okay.
me that are quite a bit different in that picture.
I love that picture of Megan too.
That is such a cute
She looks
picture.
great.
Yeah.
You look so much like your brother here.
Here, let me
Yeah,
see
it
that
was a few
again.
pounds ago, so it
That is just...
was a handful of pounds. I'd probably look a lot more like him if certain things hadn't happened.
Okay, this is going to be a creepy
Wow.
question that I would know this. Is this outside of the Applebee's in Alton, Illinois?
No, you're so close.
Is it outside the Panera?
It is outside the
The
Panera.
St. Louis Bread Co. Okay.
Nice work.
I'm
It
like,
is
I
outside the
recognize
Bread
this
Co.
parking lot.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
It's the
That
Bread
is
Co.
funny. Jake says, how old was Andrew? 6, 7?
6'7".
6'7".
It's 20. Now I'm 35.
Oogie woogie.
That's a big
Oogie
difference.
woo.
Now I'm just 1 foot in the.
What?
That's probably as big a life difference as me going from 36 to 61.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely. I look at this picture and I don't even. I remember the picture and everything, but it's like I don't even know this. I don't even know this guy.
Yeah. Sue was asking me what my memories are. I don't remember that guy. Like, I just think of you being who you were just for 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
But I do remember, because as you know, as everyone knows, if I'm good at anything in this business, it's making people into a character.
Yes.
And you were the easiest one.
Yeah, I don't recall making it difficult ever.
No, I
someone-
didn't have to put a lot of pen to paper. And when you came in looking kind of like you look today, but with fuzzier hair,
Mhm.
and I said you look like American Taliban,
Mhm.
and that stuck.
Mhm.
That's when you really kind of became a character,
Yeah.
as opposed to just a guy working on the show.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Aw.
What are your
Yeah.
memories of it?
Of like
Just
of
when you
like
started,
the show.
like fitting in and where you fit in and when you kind of gained ground.
Well, I was told when I started, don't look at Dave, don't talk to Dave, just don't.
I remember telling you
Wait.
Well, what was funny is that the person who told me that was
Are you being serious?
the person who told me that was joking, but they forgot to tell me that they were joking.
Oh.
Which I've been in that position, so I get it. But so for like a couple of months, I was like hiding because I was like, don't look at him, don't talk to him, don't acknowowledge him.
Oh my
He doesn't
You
God.
have to tell me who told you that.
And you were probably like, this little freak never looks at me.
Yeah. There's something wrong with him.
What's up with the intern? He won't look at
He
me.
doesn't even make eye contact.
Yeah, he has never said a word to me.
And then he just keeps saying oogie woo.
I remember I interviewed to be the intern, and then I immediately went over to Union Station, and everybody you were all eating at Tokyo Teriyaki, and I was like, "Hi, that's them. That's embarrassing."
Hide.
Well, because I had just interviewed and gotten it, and then I just felt like I didn't want you guys to think I was stalking you.
Right.
Oh, that's so funny.
Right.
But I was also like, that Tokyo Teriyaki place
Looks
looks
pretty
pretty good.
good.
Pretty good. I wouldn't mind that.
Well, when I came on, what was that? He was eating cereal. Had he never had cereal with
I never
milk? Was
had
that
cereal with milk.
So there were things like that.
So I
along
always
the
ate
way,
I always
yes.
ate dry cereal. I've had a lot of
With a spoon.
with a spoon. Yeah. I've had a lot of firsts on this show. I that was jelly.
Jelly?
I tried jelly for the first time.
Yes.
It's fine.
How that happen? How do you not have jelly? Okay.
What's great is that I'm validated in not eating the jelly because I don't really like it.
All
I
right.
didn't think it was that good. So I'm like, all right.
It's good information to have.
Yeah, I haven't been missing anything. And then it's just, over the years, I started, I started to come in on the air more. I would come in and do like games and stuff that would be fun. And then more and more people started hearing the whatever weird thing that I would say. And then you'd be like, hold on, we need to do this.
Let me really blow you away. My plan is to do another 10 years. If I do, then you're going to hit your 25th.
Ooh.
Oh.
Right? Yeah.
Right?
I was already feeling a little old. Now it's like, oof.
Wow.
But you know what? I mean, I can't think of another show that I would ever want to be on. You know what I mean? I can't think of another show that I would. This show is so specifically, it's not just shaped my tastes, but almost shaped to my tastes. You know what I mean? Like,
you bent us to your will.
Well, I just mean I have it created my taste, and then I think I was also able to inflict. You know what I mean? Like,
interesting choice.
Well, like I look at a lot of other shows in the industry, and a lot of them just feel. I love how everything this show is, and I feel like I couldn't be on another show that wasn't everything unless I was allowed to then make it into everything.
Now that I get,
because all I know how to do now
is everything.
All I know how to do is like, let's talk about like astrophysics with Javi Loeb, and then let's go over why we think 6-7 is either stupid or the most fun thing in the world, and then let's play like Craigslist Price is Right or whatever. Then let's do fast food news. Then let's bring in an alderman and talk about, this very, very serious money issue facing the city.
That's
or whatever.
a really good point, Andrew.
It's just
Oogie woo.
Oogie woo. We just I need to I think if I couldn't go to a different show because I need to do everything.
Yeah.
My attention span is not good enough to do like one thing for 4 straight hours.
Well, congratulations.
Yes.
Thank you.
We love you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sue. Appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Tell you guys about Triton Exteriors. I get asked about Triton Exteriors all the time because it's one of those companies that we all need, right? And on any given day, week, month, even year, you're not going to need a new roof. You're not going to need new siding. You're not going to need new gutters. You're not going to build a fence. But there's so many people out there in the KMOX audience that at any given time, there's going to be quite a few of you who do. And, the weather's going to turn here on Sunday. It's going to be down to, a high of 42 degrees, which just tells you that the November storms are coming, and you never know when you're going to get hit. As you know, I live in fear of a tree falling on my house or something like that. When something like that happens for you, just know that you have a friend there. You have a company that will take care of you, that will treat you well, because that's what they do in general, because they don't want to disappoint me or have people complaining about them. Reach out to Tim. He's the owner at Triton. 314-717-1159, triton-stl.com.
This special alert is for all Americans who own a vehicle. If you have a warranty that's about to expire or no warranty coverage at all, this message is for you. It's time to stop worrying about future car repairs today. Your vehicle is essential, but unexpected breakdowns can derail your plans and your wallet. It's time to future-proof your ride with CarShield. CarShield offers a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that saves drivers thousands from out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Imagine if your engine quits or your transmission fails. You could pay a fraction of the repair cost. This protection plan is at an all-time low, and to give you even more peace of mind, drivers who activate today also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Don't wait for a breakdown to drain your savings. Future-proof your car with CarShield today and drive with confidence. Call CarShield for your free quick quote. Call 800-908-8646. That's 800-908-8646. What do you have to lose? Call 800-908-8646. That's 800-908-8646. Again, 800-908-8646.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach approach to level up your game, Tadalafil for better bedroom performance, and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more, 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, hims.com/joy.
Discover the life you want at Fairwinds River's Edge in St. Charles. We deliver a life-enhancing environment that nourishes the mind, body, and spirit as residents lean into joy and embrace purpose in a new age of senior living. Simply put, we have your back so you can put your best foot forward. Join us Wednesday, December 3rd for our holiday craft fair, followed by happy hour with BB Boomers. Visit Fairwinds River's Edge on Facebook to learn more.
This is Todd Krentz with Krentz Financial Group. For over 6 decades, we have helped St. Louis families and businesses plan with purpose and live with confidence. Selling your business is a major milestone. Before and after the sale, our role is to help cut through complexity and create a clear financial strategy focused on your legacy. We often coordinate with your attorney and CPA to ensure everything is aligned so your plan not only fits today, but continues working for you in the future. Your goals, our mission. Start today at kfgadvisors.com.
Securities offered through Raymond James Financial Services. Member FINRA/SIPC. Prince Financial Group is not a broker-dealer.
Celebrating 100 years of informing and entertaining. KMOX AM St. Louis. KMOX FM Hazelwood. The voice of St. Louis.
At 3:01, we've got sunshine. Right now it's 69 degrees downtown at the Arch.
KMOX is covering breaking news.
Peabody is leaving downtown St. Louis for a new headquarters in Des Peres, and St. Louis city leaders were caught off guard.
St. Louis Development Corporation CEO Otis Williams tells me he only first learned that Peabody was leaving not just downtown St. Louis, but the city altogether when the Post-Dispatch first broke the story. I asked him when the last time his team and the city have spoken with Peabody.
We probably had last conversations with them in 2023, but I do know that the mayor had conversations with them this summer.
Williams says he wishes that they did have the opportunity to speak with Peabody before they made the decision to leave St. Louis. In downtown, Sean Malone, KMOX News.
With the federal government shutdown disrupting air travel, more Americans are deciding to hit the road or buy a bus or train ticket. CBS News correspondent Jim Krasula.
Hertz is already seeing a sharp increase in one-way car rental reservations, up 20% this coming weekend compared to the same period last year. Amtrak expects to see record Thanksgiving travel numbers on its trains. The parent company of Greyhound is preparing for more people on its buses.
The Supreme Court is considering an appeal on gay marriage.
The Supreme Court has been asked to revisit one of its landmark rulings from a decade ago.
Legal analyst Jessica Levinson says in Obergefell, the decision was based on 2 factors.
One was that there's a right to marry, and the second is that the Equal Protection Clause dictates that marriage cannot be denied based on wanting to marry a partner of the same sex.
She thinks it's unlikely the justices will take up the case. Stacey Lynn, CBS News, Washington.
St. Louis City is launching a special fund to combat the SNAP cuts.
City Hall says 1 in 5 city residents are relying on SNAP. St. Louis City Mayor Kara Spencer calling on businesses and residents across the region to donate. The fund, administered by United Way of Greater St. Louis, will provide emergency food assistance through local food banks and pantries. SNAP benefits totaling over $11.5 million were distributed in September alone. The mayor is also calling for donations vital to fill the enormous gap and support neighbors still recovering from the May 16th tornado. Stuart McMillan, KMOX News.
Late word that SNAP benefits for November will be paid out. From the KMOX Business Desk, sponsored by Krentz Financial Group, KFGadvisors.com. The first vertical construction is officially moving forward at the planned Gateway South District in downtown St. Louis, just south of the Arch and the Poplar Street Bridge. Construction Forum reports developers are starting pre-construction on a 54,000 square foot speculative industrial building, the first project to get a construction timeline within the master plan of 100 acres on the near South Riverfront. The building on South 2nd Street is expected to be finished in late 2026. Let's get an update of the St. Louis Business Index now. To Stifel we go, and Scott Bedell. Scott.
Happy Friday, Michael. Good afternoon, everyone. After being down sharply for most of the day, financial markets rallied into the close on news of progress towards ending the government shutdown. At the 3 p.m. closing bell, the Dow Jones Industrial Average had advanced 74 points, or 0.2% to 46,987. The Standard & Poor's 500 index up modestly by 8 points to 6,728. While the NASDAQ Composite Index, the worst performer today, down 0.2% at 23,004. Locally, the Bloomberg St. Louis Stock Index fell slightly, down 0.1% to 1,575. Checking on some local movers, Energizer gained 1% at $23.84. Cigna up 3.25% at $264.58. Stifel Financial added 1.4% at $121.74. On the downside, ESCO Technology dropped 1.25% at $216.22, and Emerson Electric fell 1.5%. They closed at $129.49. For KMOX, this has been Scott Bedell from Stifel Financial, member SIPC and New York Stock Exchange. Have a good weekend, everyone. I'll be back with you on Monday afternoon.
It's another fairly mild Friday across the St. Louis area. There might be a spot shower around, but don't worry about it. Mainly a partly sunny day. It's going to be a little windy from the south. 71 for the high this afternoon. Tonight, clear skies, 60s for evening plans, 45 for the low. Saturday, partly sunny, couple of spotty showers. It's windy, 65 for the high on Saturday. That's in the morning, late morning. A slow drop in temperature during the afternoon as the winds turn to the north-northwest. Saturday night, mostly cloudy skies. Couple of snow flurries or wandering snowflakes late night. 35 for the low. Sunday, still a cold one. Sunny skies, only 42 for the high with that widespread hard freeze on tap late Sunday night into Monday morning as we go down to 21 to 26 degrees. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM. KMOX.
It is a blue sky right now, 69 degrees downtown at the Arch. I'm Michael Calhoun, KMOX News.
The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
Welcome back, guys. DGS. Happy Friday, 3:07. We have our pal Alvin Reed in from Donnybrook, St. Louis American, all-around good man. It's Andrew's 15th anniversary today. People are giving him love on the stream. Dave Hines, our pal from L.A., says, Andrew, you make a really good point. This show is the sum of its players, and it's a beautiful, unique, unmatchable thing. Dave's always very kind. Baird314 says, I want to apply as an intern for the show. When's the last time we had an intern?
It's been a long time, but we don't do interns at this company. So
What
that's
do
why.
we do at this company besides run the heater all the friggin' time?
You need to get an intern to look at that heater.
I
First
saw
of all.
your apparatus out there
You
in
like
the
that?
hallway. Well, I don't know what that was about.
Yeah, I don't stop to think about how that must look to guests coming in. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, it was 84 degrees here for 2 weeks.
Okay. All right.
So they brought in literally like an NFL sideline air conditioner.
Air conditioner blower thing.
Yeah.
Right. It's taking the bad
And
air.
it's about
out of
50 feet away from us, so we didn't get. Let's give away some AC/DC tickets before we jump in here with Alvin. AC/DC is coming to America Center on September 8th of 2026. If you are caller number 6 to 314-436-7900, 800-925-1120, you will get a pair of tickets to see AC/DC. The prize is provided by Live Nation, and we love our buddies over at Live Nation, so thank you for that. And when I walked in here, I walked in on a conversation about bowling. Why did I walk in on that?
Because I'm bowling weekly now on Wednesdays. And so we were just kind of rehashing, that my my bowling.
And how did this
tales.
wild hair happen?
Oh, a guy at the Hideaway, great place, once again, named Wade, had said, like, for the last 2 or 3 years, we've been trying to put a bowling team together. I'm going to do it or whatever. He said, I said, Wade, I'll bowl.
Okay, because you're drunk.
Right. Well, I was getting there. Wait out. My wife was out of town. Right. She was going to be gone.
The whole
She was
picture.
going to be gone a few weeks. I said, wait out, bowl. What the hell? You know? And I didn't know I was signing up for 30 weeks. And the people in this league, like, I'd say 80% of the people in the league are like, I'm talking about like roll 300 games or stuff like that. So we're just like the happy Hideaway
just you and
team.
Wade.
Right. And
I just want to picture you sitting on the side, marking a foul.
So I bowl. And I was the top bowler of our 4-person team.
Nice.
Awesome.
What kind of scores you putting up?
Oh, I'm trying to, trust me. If I get over 400 in 3 games, that's what tops on our team is.
Okay.
Meanwhile, people are rolling 550, series in 3 games and whatnot. We're nowhere near that. So it's just for the fun of it. I picked up a lot of spares. That's what I did.
Bowling I love bowling. And it's legendary about me having my own bowling ball in 6th grade and the whole thing. But it's just like the aesthetic. The wood's so clean and shiny.
Yes, yeah. And
the balls are swirly. Like it's like
and the fact that there are people that it's how could I say it? If you saw them like with the bowling ball, they're saying like, oh my, there's no way. And then they'll like get 7 or 8 strikes in a row.
Yeah.
And I mean, literally, they're like, that person looks like they can barely walk, but they can bowl.
Yeah.
Right. It's odd. I had never participated in a bowling league in my life. So this is a new experience for me.
Do you wear the shirts and everything?
We have some pink shirts that say Hideaway, and they're pink. And we stand out, and everybody likes us because we're the fun team and whatnot. Obviously, we're not taking it very seriously.
I'm not just saying this. I need to join you at the Hideaway one night.
You do?
I've never been.
You gotta check it out.
Okay, let's make that happen.
Rachel, you've been there, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say, it's a fun group of people. Like say, I need you to be around because I'm not the elder statesman. There are people that come through that are there that are a little bit older than I am. But
that's one of Kurt's places, right?
Yeah. I mean, he's not like down there all the time these days, but
not like this one. He's not on the bowling team.
He's bowling and drinking and bowling.
That was funny. Like I said, I was away this summer. Like I said, I had too much time on my hands.
Yeah.
So I said, well, I'll swing by the Hideaway. And at one point, I was still. It wasn't until the end of the summer that I was actually done being at the American every day. So I would just stop by. On the way home because I had to let the dog out or go for a walk with the dog. That was entertainment.
That
in
is
the early evening. For
Rachel on the Rachel Zimmerman show. I think last year did a very interesting show about how important it is to have a third place. And like my dad didn't, but most dads in my youth had a bar they went to after work almost every night.
Yeah, and I like I said, the every night thing I never was in the same place like every night, but there's always been kind of some place that I went or people that I knew. And it might be like kind of like a series of places or whatever. And I guess that's my kind of late dad coming out in me. I am an old school person. I don't think that there's anything, like wrong with that. I don't know how to put it.
No, I get it.
Right. And still, like I say, you walking in the house, it's not 7 o'clock yet. It's not like you're, staying out till.
Have you ever had a third place?
It's the all-star performance. That's where I coach all the time.
And that's a thing that we, kind of like I don't have that. So I don't have a place like that coaching or whatever that I have to be at.
Yeah.
And now I will tell you this, that like signing up for the bowling league, that's Wednesdays that I do bowling. Now, if I could trade Wednesday bowling for Tuesday just hanging out at the bar, it might be a mid-season trade. We might so like, hey, so who here at the Hideaway wants to take my place on the bowling team? Right.
You could just start getting real drunk when you bowl.
Well, but that kind of happens too.
Does it?
Not real drunk, but
Are you better with or without the beer?
About 2 in, I'm better than I was when I first started. But I will tell you that the drink bone is connected to the bowling bone. I've no matter how hard you try, so like, man, I had 4 beers. Right?
We should go bowling. We should take the show bowling.
Right.
We'll do that over Christmas break.
Let's do it.
We would have a once a year bowling thing with the American.
Yeah.
And a quick story. This is a true story. We had our bowling thing, and it's like the paper comes out, on Thursday. And so Thursday, but anyway, when we would do it, we would go to Tropicana about 11 o'clock, just having a grand old time. Martin Dugan called me one Thursday. This is before I was on the show every week. He said, like, hey, Ray is not going to be able to be on tonight. Can you, make it down? Sorry for the short notice. It was like 2:30, 3 o'clock. Dude, I was hammered. And at that time, I'm kind of like thinking like, hey, look, this is like, I think we got $100 a show or something like that back then. It's like, oh no, I need this money. Right. And so I said like, sure. So I had to leave there, go run home and put a suit on and then just basically turn around, come back out of the house.
Yeah.
And it went fine. Nobody ever knew it, but I was like, man, that was a show. They said like, man, I was lit. That because there was just no getting around it.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, yeah, you get a call at like 2:30. Like, hey,
were you concerned the whole time, or were you drunk enough? You're like, I'm great.
I just said I said like, all right, dude, you gotta get it together.
Yeah.
Okay. That was one thing. So like, one, you didn't have any time. Like you said like, hey, I got to split. Now, irresponsible probably, but jumped in my car, drove home.
Yeah.
I didn't have any like little cool off time, and then like put a suit on and head back down to Channel 9. But I was just thinking like, okay, by the time you get down there, you gotta
be chill.
You gotta be chill now, right? And it was like, but I do know that out of the blue, like you're not thinking that.
Rich, I think we would be drunk.
Like the show?
Yeah.
I don't know. I really
That'd be a fun podcast.
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely want to listen to the whole thing before releasing
it.
It's like I want right of first refusal.
Yeah.
I think that all like you are the consummate radio professionals. You'd be fine. It's just one of those where like, oh, I know that. Yeah, but it wouldn't come out.
I know this. I've learned this about me. I don't drink much anymore, but I love THC gummies. I am known as a storyteller, pretty engaging. I am the opposite when I have a gummy in me.
That's how
I am the most banal,
not sullen, but
nonsensical. No, I try to talk.
Right. Oh, but I
try to tell stories. It just goes nowhere. It just goes nowhere. It would not enhance this show.
Well, I told you, I was sitting there scoring the Bates Cardinal game one time, and it's like 2 outs in the inning, and I was sitting there looking at the game, and I was like, I'm sitting here looking at the game. I have no idea how 2 guys got out. Right. And
this past season, I overindulged in gummies, and I Ubered down to the game by myself, and I popped for 5th row behind home plate. And I had to leave in the 3rd inning because I kept flinching every time they
coming
pitch
to get you.
Yes.
It was like, oh.
I swear to God, I was like,
yeah, that would be a little dramatic.
Yeah.
Right.
That's a feeling.
Did you get hit by pitch anytime this year?
I only faced one pitch.
And you put it in play.
And put it in play and ripped my quad. So,
all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, I faced 2 pitches. The first pitch was right at me, trying to brush me back, and I stepped aside. Although I could have had it lit, I could have let it hit me in the eyeball, and I'd have been fine.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Could you have caught it?
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah.
Well, the guy from Toronto who said like he should have let the ball hit him in that the 3rd game, was it?
Yeah.
But kind of like, you don't understand when you realize that ball is coming at you. It isn't a matter of you standing there taking it. Your brain has moved your body. No, I'm talking about fastball.
Yeah, it depends on anything upstairs you're moving.
Yeah, you're moving. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It isn't like.
Do you have a worst hit by pitch?
The worst ones I think were the ones that hit me in the hand. Yeah, I took a couple in the helmet, but that wasn't that bad. Thanks for the helmet. I got hit all the time catching though. So I mean, like to me, getting hit by a ball was like whatever. It's fine.
I got hit in my.
But when you get hit in the hands, that hurts.
Yeah. I got hit in my forearm one time, and it was just like I don't know if right when I held up in the ball. I mean, it hit me like right. It just I could tell it just hit the bone.
Yeah.
And that was no fun.
Yeah.
All right. Then one time before a game, catcher we were taking throws from the catcher, and I ain't gonna lie to you. I turned my head like shortstop said, "Hey, Alvin, look." And we were looking at two girls. And I heard Alvin. I turned around and the ball was like 1 inch from my face. It was like a total eclipse of the sun. All I saw was this black silhouette. It hit me right between the eyes.
Yeah.
Like, bam, more like a bonk. So anyway, I got myself together, and I played. I had like a really great game. And they said, like, dude, you just sat there with your jacket on the whole game and like just kind of like rock back and forth. And then like you would go get a hit and come back and run the bases, and then you played the field and you just didn't say much. And I said, like, I wasn't knocked out or anything. And my dad said, like, after it was over, he said, like, all right, tomorrow he said, like, all right, let's go to the hospital, get you looked at just to make sure. I was fine. I ended up getting 2 perfect black eyes, not swollen, but the little half raccoon things.
Yeah.
And while I was in the emergency room, I got a story for everything, don't I? I said, while I was at the emergency room, we were waiting. A mom and a little boy was holding his arm. The mom was with him, and they went right past us. And the police officer walked by, and he had a brown grocery bag holding it out in front of him. And apparently the kid got bit by a snake, and like they had the snake in the brown bag to make.
Damn.
Like, and my dad and I are sitting there, and I'm perfectly fine.
Yeah.
They just were going to do like a quick, x-ray, and nothing was broken, and I was fine. I just, like I said, got two little perfect little black eyes and played a good game. Kind of half. I don't think I was concussed. I really don't think I was concussed, but it was just like a solid punch kind of like to your forehead area where it was just kind of like, okay, all right, let's play.
Thank you, buddy.
I saw the ball clearer than I had all season.
Hi, I'm Dr. Mary Claire Haver, a board-certified OBGYN and menopause specialist. My new podcast, Unpaused, is the place for bold, unfiltered conversations about what it really takes for women to thrive in the second half of life. Every week, I sit down with medical experts, cultural icons, and powerhouse women to talk about what really matters. New episodes drop every Tuesday. Listen to and follow Unpaused with me, Dr. Mary Claire Haver, available now wherever you get your podcasts.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments, including pills, chews, and more, 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, hims.com/JOY.
Tell you guys about my buddy, Dr. Corey Solman. Just had someone here at work, one of my coworkers, who was having a knee problem. And I told her, you got to go to Solman. He's the best. I called, greased the wheels, got her in. She's doing a, arthroscopic thing to check it all out and clean it all out and stuff. She just raved and raved about him, how nice he was. So I guess I'm just using that as an illustration to show that I'm not lying all the time when I talk about how great Corey is, his bedside manner, whether it's you, an adult, it's your kids who maybe tore something playing soccer or, kick the can or whatever, or an elderly loved one who may need a hip replacement or a knee replacement. No one's going to be better in the operating room, and no one's going to come close to him in the consultation room. He's going to make everyone feel comfortable with what's going on, and if he can avoid surgery, he will. He's out in Chesterfield now. You can call him at 636-231-5881 or SolmanOrthopedics.com.
SNL Coin. We buy gold and silver coins, silver and gold jewelry. Also buying gold filled and silver plates. Before you sell, call SNL. 314-544-3600. 314-544-3600. SNL Coin.
lower prices all around the store the next time you shop at Schnucks. You are going to notice it. These are not just sale prices. These are everyday low prices you can count on. Some new ones are staples, like a bag of the Schnucks shredded cheese. How about some Pillsbury Grands biscuits? These are some really popular items, and you're going to save money on them every single day. They've also lowered prices on really easy, delicious meal items. You can get some Campbell's Chunky Soup, Oscar Mayer Lunchables for the kids. Easy way to cover lunch. Don't have to worry about it, and it's not going to break your budget. So stop by your local Schnucks. Find out what else just got a new lower price. Just check out the digital shelf tags around the store to find tons more items. And make sure you're using your Schnucks Rewards app when you shop. I used it earlier today. It's so easy. You just type in your phone number at checkout, and you start racking up those points. Download it today, the Schnucks Rewards app.
If you're one of the millions of Americans behind on your taxes, if you're afraid to open your mail because IRS collection letters could be coming, listen carefully. The IRS is cracking down, taking paychecks, freezing bank accounts, revoking passports. That's a fact. But here's what most people don't know. There are official tax relief programs designed to help struggling taxpayers. Programs that could save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief. Optima's award-winning team will fight to protect your paycheck, your passport, and your property. Their tax attorneys and licensed tax professionals will work tirelessly to get you the best deal possible with the IRS. Every day, penalties and interest keep piling up, so don't wait. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-348-0269. 800-348-0269. 800-348-0269.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
This is Senator Eric Schmidt congratulating KMOX and its 50,000 red hot watts on 100 years on the air in St. Louis.
Welcome back, guys. DGS 326. Happy 15th anniversary to Andrew. 15 years today. He's been on the show. Rach went by and got him a beautiful, is it a Schnucks cake?
It is. I should have mentioned that in the live I just did. But yeah, it's a beautiful chocolate cake from the Schnucks Bakery.
I was literally just thinking that I've managed to digest enough of the monstrous lunch that we had.
Yeah, we went to Maggie O'Brien's. When was the last time we went there? It was for my birthday?
Your 60th.
Okay. Yeah. And they have the Mag's Burger, which is a 2-pound burger, which if we took a picture, we can post it if you guys want to. And then a literal platter of fries.
Yeah, like a serving platter filled with fries.
For $50.
$50. Good. I mean, it fed more. I think you could easily feed a fifth person.
Yeah.
And we didn't go hungry at all.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's $10 a person. I mean, it's a really good deal. But I was just thinking that I have digested enough of that I would
got room for Clake.
I would like a treat of some kind. So this came as a very wonderful surprise.
Now you got it.
Thank you.
And it was funny because Andrew said, I'll go get knives and forks.
I did say knives.
Which I'm only making fun of him because I know he knows it's knives.
Knives
and forks.
I do stuff like that.
Yeah.
I still do stuff like that. Yeah. I have a couple of...
Some of them you do on purpose, though.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, it's fun.
I know it's not actually Clake.
Clake.
Although I say
Kevin,
Clake.
boy, I love chocolate Clake.
I had to learn some of these languages when I jumped on the show.
Kevin
I'm like,
just
what
snaps.
did he say?
Kevin just snaps. He goes, it's
that comes from Little Rascals.
Yeah.
When little bitty tiny Spanky is lady's like, oh, boy, I want some chocolate Clake. And we all know that. But when I'm like it,
yeah.
Capitol Grill, and I'm like, you have any chocolate Clake? And they're like, this guy's wasted.
Yeah, you tell the waiter at Capitol Grill, oh, wow, I want some chocolate Clake.
I will never forget the day you were watching Little Rascals highlights on YouTube.
Oh my
Dave.
God, I know where you're going.
And I walk into the office. Mark Close is watching with you, but he's standing behind you as you're seated at your desk. with his hands on your shoulders, laughing harder than I have ever seen him laugh.
Yeah.
And I've seen him laugh pretty hard.
And then I stopped laughing.
Losing it.
It's like, this is less funny now.
Yeah. It's like my first night at Shawshank.
Yeah, the more fun he was having, the less fun you were having.
Well, I guess I'm Mrs. Close now.
The voice of St. Louis is turning 100.
KMOX Radio in St. Louis.
Join us as we celebrate all the legendary voices.
This is KMOX.
This is KMOX. KMOX. The voice of St. Louis.
Groundbreaking programming.
A new concept at your service.
And unforgettable moments that defined a century.
His name is Charles A. Lindbergh. Ahead, 3,600 miles to Paris.
Through every headline, every heartbreak, every heartbeat. KMOX, the voice of St. Louis.
Hi, it's Debbie Monterey. When I endorse a product or service on the radio, I take it very seriously and I do my research. I did that when I first met Gloria Liu with Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty more than 5 years ago. Gloria is here in studio today. So Gloria, I'll ask the same question I asked you when we first met. What sets you apart from other local agents?
Well, number one is my guaranteed offers. I'm so confident that I'll sell your home at 100% of market value or I'll pay the difference. Number two is I already have the buyers, so your home may already be sold. I literally have thousands of buyers in my Buyers in Waiting program. This is how I'm able to create higher demand, more offers, and that means more money in your pocket.
Get to know Gloria Liu like I have. Upfront written guarantees with the least hassle. Call Gloria Liu at 314-325-6888, 314-325-6888, or gloriahasthebuyers.com. Gloria and seller must agree on price and possession date.
Traffic from the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
Well, we're busy out to the west right now. If you're headed home on Highway 64 westbound, it's slow in the city. Kings Highway headed out through about Bellevue, west of Lindbergh to 270, west of Clarkson to about Boone's Crossing. But bumper to bumper from 364 out on the Highway 70. Westbound 70, a little slow at Jennings Station. There's some slow traffic again. TR Hughes through K and Lake St. Louis all the way out through Highway Z. Downtown, of course, roadwork. Some of it's been picked up. The roadwork we had at the Illinois end of the Poplar Street Bridge, those left lanes, that's been picked up, but we still have the restrictions that are going to be out there all weekend. Eastbound 5570 between 64 and 203. So eastbound 64 is jammed at Route 3 headed into that area. If you're going southbound on 55, it's a little busy. Gasconade, Bates, north of Z to McNutt, kind of slow. South 270 from Olive down through about Doherty Ferry and 44 down through Gravois. South 170 bogs down at the Parkway. North 170 from 70 up to Airport Road slow. Westbound 44, the right lanes are heavy coming out through Lindbergh and then again west of 141. I'm Roger Brand at the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
Now that we're getting older, we've been putting more thought into maintaining our health.
We knew the water we drink every day could be filled with contaminants. So
we called Leaf Home Water Solutions.
They came to our home and did a free water test and gave us the analysis right away.
We were shocked at what we saw.
They found heavy metals like iron and copper.
Our own tap water was putting our health at risk, but Leaf Home Water Solutions made it easy to get safer water from every tap and hose. A whole home solution.
They have more than 250 product combinations and designed a system that fits our needs and budget. The installation took less than a day.
With Leaf Home Water Solutions, our water is safer and healthier. When we drink, when we cook, when we shower, even when we garden.
We feel better about our health.
Thanks to Leaf Home Water Solutions.
Schedule your free home water test today at leafhome.com/free and save 15% on all home water treatment systems. That's leafhome.com/free for your free home water test and 15% off. leafhome.com/free.
When you're injured on the job, you need more than just a workers' comp lawyer. When you need a fighter, you need us. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm, for the people. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
This month's Siteman Cancer Center Spotlight, we are discussing breast cancer with Dr. Debbie Bennett.
It's a great reminder to take care of yourself. I think people are so busy throughout the year taking care of everybody else. Seeing all the pink around in October is a really excellent time to take a step back and make sure that you are here to continue taking care of everybody else for a very long time.
Thanks to Siteman Cancer Center, national leaders in cancer. For more information, information, visit siteman.wustl.edu.
You could think you found your dream home online. The kitchen island looks perfect for your inner chef. The backyard, a paradise for your green thumb. And that extra room, hello walk-in closet. But here's the twist. The lot next door just got rezoned for years of construction. And this sound, yeah, you're going to be hearing a lot of that. Don't let your dream home turn into a nightmare. Work with the expertise and ethical training of a Realtor, here to guide and help protect you from the surprises you didn't see coming. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors, right by you.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay, things people love.
KMOX, your place for NCAA football play. Saturday, as MSU faces Alabama. Pre-game at 6, kick at 6:30. Hear it here on 104.1 FM KMOX.
Welcome back, guys. DGS 334 from the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Desk. Dave Murray joins us.
Hello there.
Dave, it was 15 years ago today that you met Andrew for the first time.
Unbelievable. It's amazing. Congratulations, Andrew.
Thank you.
I mean,
so
that's
much.
a feat. It just is.
Mhm.
It's it's just like Dave at 25. I mean, 15 is an amazing number.
How long were you at Fox 2?
I came to 42 years in total.
Wow.
In television, but at Fox 2, I came back in 89.
Okay.
Retired in 2018.
So 29.
Long time.
Wow.
Yeah. Great.
I remember whenever they were announcing that you were retiring, Dave, they had like a panel on, or, just a bunch of people sitting in chairs and you're making this announcement.
Yeah.
And our friend Tim Convey was in the studio with us. And Tim's like, oh, look at the TV. Because TV's on silent. It's like, I think Dave Murray's retiring. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure he would have told us first. I was like, what you're seeing, Tim, is probably a weather special that Dave is putting on.
Because you had been on with us like an hour and a half before that and hadn't said anything.
I actually remember that.
Yeah. And we and then we
that
were
was
like
kept
in shock.
quiet.
Mhm.
That was kept quiet for, I think there were about 4 people that knew it for a few months. It was kept quiet for a few months. And then bang, we just said, okay. General manager called me. He said, let's do it today. Got it.
Well, it hurt Rachel. I know that.
I know. Obviously,
I
it
was like,
scarred her for
well,
life.
clearly he would say it on the Dave Glover show before he said it on Fox, too. That just makes sense.
And I remember you were so like, Tim.
I was like, Tim, this is called a weather special. They do this sometimes. Dave Murray's just updating us on the weather.
I feel bad.
Well, we
It's too bad
felt
you don't know how things work, Tim.
we felt jilted. We felt broken up with because we thought that must have meant no more Dave Murray on our show.
No.
So we were like, oh no.
No, what did happen is that my general manager said after everything settled, he goes, I when you leave, I really don't want you doing any radio in town anymore. And I said, I understand what you're saying, but contractually, you can't do that at all.
Good.
And he goes, I thought I'd try.
Why would that have been? I mean, I don't want to get into secrets or whatever. I just why would he care if you're not working for?
I just to keep the visibility alive, and that he didn't really want that. Then he retired 2 weeks later. So
he didn't care.
Then he's like, whatever, do what you want, Murray.
Yeah, what are you fighting me for?
Still going to be an active weekend, Dave.
This is a kind of a cool weekend coming up. No weather problems at all tonight, though. Kind of clouds will be increasing. 45 for the low, but the evening is going to be spectacular. We're like 71 right now, so temperatures in the 60s for the most part for early evening. Saturday is the transition day. 65 for the high with a slow drop in temperature during the afternoon. Mix of clouds and sunshine, a couple of sprinkles. That's cold front starting to come through. The further south you go, let's say Farmington and south, temperatures are going to be in the 70s tomorrow. The further north you go, let's say Quincy, temperatures will be in the 40s and the 50s. So we're kind of right in the between. The cold front is through Saturday night. It's cloudy. There'll be sprinkles around in the evening, some snow flurries after midnight, windy, and 35 degrees for the overnight low. Sunday, very changeable sky, mix of clouds and sunshine, windy and cold. There will be snow flurries around anytime on Sunday. I think most of us will see some kind of snow flurry activity. 42 for the high. It's going to feel a lot colder than that. That widespread hard freeze on Sunday night as skies clear out. 26 in the city. Most of us go to 21, 22 degrees. Monday, sunny and cold, lighter wind. 42 on Monday. Now, a very cold start Tuesday morning, but Tuesday, the high is 57. Wednesday and Thursday, the high is 64. So this is not getting locked in at all.
Wow. Man, that's crazy. Yeah, that's really something. Headlines, Rach?
Brought to you by Schnucks. Reward yourself daily with the Schnucks Rewards app. And I will take this opportunity to say that cake is super good.
Yeah, really moist, really good.
That chocolate cake?
Chocolate
during
cake.
this segment. All right, really good.
Oh, yummy.
You guys may recall last week we were telling you that Operation Food Search did a food drive down at the St. Louis City Foundry. Well, the Huffington Post is reporting that the City Foundry saw 20,000 pounds of food donated.
Wow.
That was valued at $36,000, and it was enough to feed 5,000 people in a day. That was
Remember how
donated in just
crappy that
3
night
hours.
was?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. So way to go, St. Louis. That's
Yeah,
really
way to go.
awesome.
Yeah.
The Trump administration has asked.
Let me stop you there.
What's up?
We talk a lot about the city going to hell in a handbasket because it is. The St. Louis people, and I'm not saying this to ingratiate myself because I'm 25 years in. My experience with St. Louis as a personality for 25 years is flawless. I've never asked anything of my audience that they didn't overdo, right? If I ask them for 25,000, they raise 50. So while we may have our problems in St. Louis and we may have problems with populating downtown, one thing I don't think we do have a problem with is having quality people in our area.
People are fantastic.
Yes.
All you have to do is travel outside of the St. Louis area and go other cities, other states.
Yeah.
And you realize very quickly, people of St. Louis are fantastic.
Yeah.
It's true. The Trump administration has asked to immediately block this SNAP distribution order. So a federal judge had ordered the administration to pay out the full food stamp benefits during the government shutdown. Well, now the administration is arguing that the judge's order to transfer funds from other programs to cover SNAP is an overreach of judicial power.
Okay, I don't understand something. If I'm Donald Trump and I know that everyone's mad at me, right or wrong, because the government shut down and people are going hungry, and a court says, hey, you need to pay these people so that they can eat, I'm very happy because now it's kind of covering my butt. Does that make sense to you guys? And if someone would have said to me, hey, President Dave, the court says we need to pay people the SNAP benefits so that they can eat, but we think that we should appeal and keep them from it. I'm saying, are you kidding me? Of course not. What am I, a monster? So what am I missing here?
The DOJ is claiming that only Congress has the authority to appropriate funds for SNAP benefits. So I guess
That's
they're saying
rich,
while the
because-
government is shut down, it's
Wait
inappropriate.
a minute. So they're the only ones that are supposed to be able to impose tariffs too.
Right. Man, oh man.
Yeah. Also, the court isn't imposing anything. They are enforcing what's already on the books, which means there's already a law saying you have to do this, and they're saying you have to follow the law. The court is not dictating what you have to do policy-wise or legally. It is just saying, no. The law says this. You got to follow the law.
All right, let's move on to a news story. Antonio Brown has been extradited from Dubai back to the U.S. to face an attempted murder charge. I don't even think I knew about this until that he was facing an attempted murder charge. Yeah, he faces a charge of second-degree attempted murder with a firearm stemming from a shooting in May. Video footage allegedly shows Brown fighting with individuals before shots were heard, with Brown claiming self-defense due to being jumped and suffering from CTE. More than 800 flights have been canceled as these air traffic cuts take effect because of the government shutdown. The airports include locations across more than 24 states, but the impact is likely to ripple far beyond. And yeah, they're also planning cancellations into the weekend, directing passengers to check apps to learn their flight status. I do not envy any. I know Maureen's flying this weekend.
Yeah, she's in
Best
Chicago.
of luck to her. That is scary stuff.
At least in Chicago, you can do it trains, planes, and automobiles and just rent a car.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I thought of you, Dave Murray. It's time to say goodbye to the Farmer's Almanac. Have you seen this?
Yes, but it's not the old Farmer's Almanac. It's the Farmer's Almanac.
Oh, okay. Well, go ahead.
The real one, the real almanac in my book is the old Farmer's Almanac. That's not going anywhere. But the Farmer's Almanac is appearing to go away.
Yeah, it's been around for 208 years. And they said yesterday that the 2026 edition will be its last. They said the growing financial challenges of producing and distributing the book in today's chaotic media environment is just too much. Netflix is dropping the first 5 minutes of the new season, the new and final season of Stranger Things. You can check this out by going to Netflix's YouTube channel. Check out the first 5 minutes of the new season.
When does it come back?
Hold on. I think
it's like January.
Well, no, it's like the end of this month.
No. There's that, and then there's like a second. It's like they do.
That's in December, and then I think New Year's Eve or Day is the finale.
Yeah, Eve.
There you go.
Okay, final story here, and it's a good one. Prince Harry is apologizing for wearing a Dodgers hat during Game 4 of the World Series. He says he supports the Blue Jays, and he ended up supporting the Blue Jays for the next 3 games. But in an interview yesterday, the Prince said he felt wearing the Dodgers hat was the polite thing to do because he was invited to the game at Dodger Stadium by the Dodgers owner.
I mean, he's been pretending he's important his whole life. He's got to do something.
Don't wear a hat. Just don't wear a hat.
Yeah.
They cannot find their ass with both hands.
Yeah.
Well, it's like, okay, if I went to if let's say the owner of the Cubs for some reason invited me to a Cubs game, I still wouldn't wear the Cubs hat. And I'm not even going to be on TV because no one knows who I am. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not my team. I'm not going to wear your hat. Sorry. But for him to just be like, well, I thought I was supposed to. Like, dude, do you know anything about, like,
what a great impression of Prince Harry.
He talks really
That's kind of how I picture him, too. Like, except with a British accent. It's just like that.
He's supposed to support the Blue Jays for some reason? I don't know.
They are still, but they're also still a... not colony, but the territory. Like they still.
Oh yeah, they still have like the Queen on the money and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay,
they're still a British something.
And yeah, isn't Meghan Markle Canadian?
Is she?
She lived in Canada for a time and had supported the Blue Jays in the past.
Okay.
In
but
that
I mean,
case,
it's just like you're blatantly jumping to whatever you think is going to be most popular, and it's just not attractive. Don't be surprised when people are like annoyed and calling you out on it.
He doesn't know anything about baseball. Just say, look, I don't follow it. I don't know. I'm new to this. I'm just fitting in.
You know that voice we all do?
Yeah, the Prince Harry voice.
Yeah.
How would it sound with a British accent?
Oh, duh.
Oh, my goodness. I'm so stupid. I'm the prince.
I don't know. It's hard because there's a lot of British accents, right?
I don't understand, Governor.
I don't understand.
Because you could get the royal British, which is probably harder to do sounding like that. But you could probably do more of the
both heads
like
are
Birmingham
blue, and I got confused.
Yeah.
I want Andrew to only talk like that.
It's like if Ringo was really stupid.
That's how I picture Ringo going. Listen, Paul. This is not how I do it. Why'd that turn into Schwarzenegger?
I don't know. That went bad in a few ways.
Ringo's always going, no!
Get to the chopper.
Boogie woo.
Boogie woo. 6-7.
All right. Thank you, Dave. Appreciate it.
All
Have a great
right.
weekend.
Have a great weekend.
Tell you guys about First Missouri Credit Union, and I'm not gonna bury the lead. I'm going to go straight to the meat of it. We're the only place in town that can offer you 4.27% on your checking. Actually, that's a false statement. We're the only place in town that is willing to do it. Any place could do it. But they're just not willing to. Most banks in St. Louis right now, you can check me on this, are paying 4.05 at the most for certificates of deposit. And as you know, with CDs, you have to leave them in there for a certain amount of time. And if you take it out, you have to pay a penalty, much like a 401k. But with First Missouri's checking account, up to $100,000, you can put however much you want in and take however much you want out. But whatever is in there is going to be paid 4.27%. If you go to borrow money for a signature loan, which banks don't do, or a vehicle loan, we're going to be much lower because whatever quote unquote profit we make at our credit union, we put back in and buy down those loans. 2 locations down on Lee May Ferry, 314-544-5050, the number 1 stmocu.org.
Traffic from the michaelsflooringoutlet.com traffic center.
Well, you have a minor crash reported. It was partially in the roadway eastbound 64 at Hanley. 64 eastbound is jammed at McKnight, and it actually slows back at about Clayton Wharf, and it's impacting South 170. You're backed up pretty solidly from Delmar all the way down to 64 right now. Westbound 64, stop and go pockets from Kings Highway headed out through McCausland. It's slow Lindbergh to 270. Clarkson most of the way to Loon Bridge, and a solid jam approaching 364 on out to Highway 70. Westbound Highway 70, some slow stuff. Briefly at Adelaide, slow coming through the city limits like Riverview Jennings Station, the airport out to Cypress, and then again between Zumbell and Cave Springs right through Highway K and Lake St. Louis all the way out through 61. Eastbound 70 from the Blanchard into 270 is busy. South 270 just slow. Olive down to Doherty Ferry and 44 down to Gravois. Northbound north of Manchester to Ladue is kind of crowded. Westbound 44, the right lanes are slow at Geyer, and then both sides of 141 are Bowles to west of 141. Gasconade Bates a little heavy. Z through McNutt. East and westbound 44 between the bridges downtown backed up, and eastbound 64 jams Route 3 onto 5570 due to the road work there. I'm Roger Brand at the michaelsflooringoutlet.com traffic center.
Turning 50 doesn't mean slowing down. It means getting smarter about your health. That's why we created Neovitin Men's 50 Plus Multivitamin. It's doctor formulated to support your energy, immune health, and overall vitality. Plus, it's made in the U.S. using the finest domestic and international ingredients. Take control of your health with supplements you can trust. Look for Neovitin Men's 50 Plus at your local Schnucks, Dierbergs, or online at neovitin.com. Neovitin, made for men who keep moving forward.
This is Megan Lynch. 250 doctors go to Ophthalmology Associates. That's why I trust them. Ophthalmology Associates, 314-966-5000 or youridoc.com.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program will only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it ends your debt nightmare and saves you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for, so don't wait. For this free information, call the Relief Hotline at 800-505-9257. 800-505-9257. 800-505